Sandra all the time is here with the cold hard truth. She's the ears and the eyes for me and you. Every day, everyone want to hear from Sandra. And every time on the air, she's getting better. Tell your sister, tell your brother, tell your mama to call Sandra in the morning and in the evening. They always calling Sandra. And when they start fighting, they calling Sandra.
That's right, folks. Everyone is telling their mama about the cold hard truth. Welcome to another episode with more truth-telling, more problem-solving, and of course, more tea spilling than ever before. Sit back, students, grab your tea and turn up the volume because class is now in session. Call in at 936-2626 because your voice matters. Share your opinion on issues that matter the most to you.
Umbrellas.
Putting on the Ritz.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good. Do you remember the song from Taco?
We're gonna get her band.
Putting on the Ritz. Taco.
Oh, yeah. Who was Taco?
Yeah.
That was the name of the group?
Yeah.
I never
or
knew
the
the
guy.
name of the person. Yeah.
Taco.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Taco.
I never knew that. Never heard of him. Did he do any other songs?
Musician. Indonesian-born Dutch musician who started his career in Germany.
There you go.
Probably speaks many languages. Oh, his real name is Taco Okers.
Alrighty.
That's his real name?
Yeah, that's his real name.
Wow. Okay.
Putting on the Ritz. All right, here we go. You ready?
Today. Yes.
Am I?
All right. Good morning.
News. I have some important news for you. Interesting news.
It's Blake and Aaron's Spilling the Tea with Sandy.
Cayman's top news headlines of the day from CMR.
Hey, good morning, Sandy. How are you?
Good morning, Blake and Aaron. How are you guys doing this beautiful Thursday morning?
We are doing good. What do you got for us for headlines?
We're rolling right into Friday. Okay. So let's start with police stories investigating a robbery off of Eastern Avenue. They didn't say which one, so I have my suspicions. There's not that many in this vicinity, but it's very close to where you are.
Businesses?
Sorry?
A business was
A restaurant.
A restaurant, yeah.
a restaurant. Okay.
Right on Eastern Avenue, south of the intersection with Godfrey Nixon Way.
Wow.
Early Wednesday morning around 4 a.m., masked man entered the premise carrying a machete.
4 a.m. What's open at 4
I guess
a.m.?
they're prepping for, I don't know. Are they prepping for the day at that time?
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Wow.
know. Anyway, he jumped over the counter, took a quantity of cash from the register before fleeing the location on foot. No injuries, thankfully, were reported.
Wow.
He was described very, very nondescript, dark complexion, slim build, wearing all black clothing and a mask.
Is there not like No, why am I even asking about the CCTV?
No.
You'll see a guy with dark clothing wearing a mask. That's what, on the CC.
Well, not even that. If it works,
holding a machete.
some of them. Yeah.
So.
All right.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of news reported yesterday, but a non-invasive body scanner is now installed at Cayman's airports. So it looks like quite an interesting device. It's reported that this is going to bolster national security and ensure the safety of residents and visitors to the Cayman Islands. So CBC has installed state-of-the-art non-intrusive body scanners at both Orin Roberts International Airport and the Charles Kirkernel International Airport in Cayman Brac.
Okay.
Now, are these like the scanners that you see at other airports?
I've actually not really seen these, to be honest. They look very different. But they say that it's designed to detect individuals who are attempting to smuggle illicit drugs and other contraband into the Cayman Islands.
Wait a minute, into Cayman or out of?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
what?
into.
So wait, you go through a body scanner when you arrive?
Yeah. It's like when you go through when you have when CBC's checking like your luggage and all that stuff, that's also part of, they're supposed to be looking for drugs and contraband and stuff as well.
They could, it's not for everyone. They
I'm
could
assuming,
they
you're
could
frozen for a second
use
there.
it actually if they wanted to like pull you aside and there's some suspicion. I understand now.
Yes. Anybody who's deemed to be high risk. Yeah. So for any restricted goods will be subject to being banned.
Oh, good. They'll stop putting people through that X-ray machine on the conveyor belt.
We don't do that. We don't have a machine right now, so I don't know.
Just kidding.
All right, you keep freezing up a little bit there.
Are we?
So shall we end the segment there this morning?
All right, sounds good.
All right.
Have a great day.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
See you tomorrow for the Friday headlines. Sandy,
All righty.
up in the rundown.
Can talk about Justin Timberlake.
Okay, so he was freezing. They were freezing there. Weird. Good morning, everyone. Hello, honey chillin'. What's going on? Right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Honey chill. So I think what I'm gonna do over the next couple days, you'll see me here with the tens machine. So fear not. We got a plan. We're gonna do it every morning for at least an hour to see if it helps with the headache, because these things don't work overnight. So we're gonna see how it goes. All right. So what I do, by the way, I feel like this is an influencer moment. Listen, I was sneaky researching this influencer girl a bit more, and I'm gonna tell y'all some interesting stuff about her. Stay tuned. Y'all know I'm gonna find out the source. Whatever's going on, I'm like, oh, really? We're all into it. So anyway, before we get started, I'm gonna get the tens machine going because then I'll forget to do it. So let's put up the hair, of course, and then we can get it going. Okay. So happy Thursday. It is Thursday. It's all kind of confusing because when there's so many holidays, you're like, oh my God, what day is it again? Okay, so I actually, you guys might think this is a little bit weird. I don't have OCD, but there are some things that I'm a little bit particular about. So like the pads that I use on my feet, for example, I would never use on any other part of my body. It just is what it is. And I've got lots of pads, these little tens pads here. So I always order more of them because you can never have enough. And they come in all different shapes and sizes. So this got me to thinking about influencers because sometimes I sit here telling you guys stuff and then you go buy stuff or whatever. Somebody was talking about the black box pizza as an example. You know what else you guys got into after I was talking about it is the DNA ancestry testing, 23andMe. Somebody found her mom thanks to CMR. What 23andMe? So that's like a proud moment right there, honey Jill. I'm glad that she was able to connect with her ancestral people. And you know what? She also found a cousin here in Cayman that she never knew she had. So she's from Jamaica, was adopted. Oh my God. Oh, I turned it up too high all at once. Woo! Hold on. Let me turn it back down. Sometimes you can accidentally do that. You just not really paying attention. You got to ease into it. Woo! I turned that back all the way down. Hold on now. All right, here we go. So yeah, she went and did the 20. Yeah. I try to do it as much as I can bear it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So I've got one set of pads for my neck. The other set, which I just took out yesterday, these are for the feet, and the two shall never cross paths. Yeah, so I'm a little bit, I don't like to use terms like OCD. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I'm so OCD. They use that to describe themselves. I don't try to use it. I'm sure I have in the past, but you can touch them, by the way, while they're on to kind of make sure they're sticking properly to give you full coverage. Oh my God. So, you know, those of you who might need a TENS machine, go check it out. All right, there's my influencer moment of the day. Speaking of influencer moment of the day, shall we have a look at what's trending in Amazon these days? Can I tell y'all something? It was only recently that I discovered Amazon coupons, and I feel so kind of perturbed about this because I feel like Amazon has been, like getting money from me all these years when I could have been saving money, because there's a lot of things that you select that have the coupon option, but because it's like in fine print, you don't even see it. So I'm like, what, when, But now that I know it's there, every time I click in an item, I'm double checking to see if because it's a little box, fine print further down the description. I'm now checking to ensure that, oh, sorry, somebody said to please send the link. Okay, hold on, my apologies. One second. I'm now checking to actually ensure that if there's a coupon associated with the item. Sometimes coupons are like all, what is this thing doing this morning? They're all like $20 off and stuff. I'm like, hey, $1 saved is $1 saved. So 1 second, links are coming. So now that I know better, I am paying attention. When does government schools get out, by the way? Gigi was asking me this morning. She's like, when is my friend going to be out of school? I was like, I have no idea. Okay. Let me see here now. All right. Get the Facebook link. Yes. Oops. I think I clicked on the wrong thing. Hold on. Okay. Gotta send this to everybody in WhatsApp. Okay. And then we forward it from the phone. All right. So let's talk for a minute. Good morning to everybody. Remember when we were in classes and you'd walk in, the teacher would say, good morning, class. And everybody would be like, good morning, Miss Hill. The 28th of June. Wow. Y'all go another week. Next week. All right. Very good. I have noticed that this peen tends to be more on the left side this time around for sure. I can't remember if it was always that way, but definitely on the left side. Ugh. So you guys know that I love a good machine gun. Machine gun. No, let me clarify that one. A good massage gun. And I'm a firm believer in homeopathic, holistic things in your life. Like I'm like, add it to the list. I love doctors. I love modern medicine. I'm all about that life. But I'm also about, if I don't have to go to the doctor, well, if there's anything I can do to help myself, definitely let me do that. So one of the things that's actually super beneficial to your body is getting a massage. Yes. After certain types of surgery, cosmetic procedures, other types of surgery, they pump your body full of certain types of fluids, AKA, saline, all sorts of other stuff, foreign things to the body. And what you want to do is you want to ensure that your body extracts those things as quickly as possible. So your body will do its best, but there are things that can assist your body. And one of those things is massage. So massage is good for all sorts of things. And I think it's important for people to explore massage. In another life, I feel like I could have been a masseuse. Like I actually have very, very good hands for massaging. And anytime I give people massage, they're like, oh my God, you could totally be a professional masseuse, like you're amazing, pressure points and all kind of stuff. And I like take my time and kind of get in there and So, of course, it's hard to find people other than a professional masseuse who are really good with massage. Y'all know who you are. Husbands, they're useless with these types of things. So, I'm always that person I'm gonna have to go pay for a massage. So, no radio. What do you mean no radio? Yeah, we're in radio. Oh man, it dropped out again. What's going on this morning? Okay, hold on. Let me tell them it dropped. Thanks for letting me know. Okay. Oh. All right, let me see. It said I was connected. All right, let's play a little música. Un momento. All right, honey Chad, I think we're back now. Okay. So, I was talking about, the benefits of, things like massage therapy. And so, there are times that you, whether it's like working out or you do just different things, and you got a sore muscle, you got to just find a way to get in there and work it out. And if you don't have somebody around you to help, one of the best inventions ever, like I said, this is my influencer moment. One of the best inventions ever is just to get a machine gun. I mean, good Lord, a massage gun. Y'all know I do not mean a machine gun, right? Everybody knows. Oh my God, seriously. A massage gun. They come in all shapes and sizes, quite frankly, and it just kind of depends on what you want. So I've had a few. I've actually had people who saw my massage gun and they were like, oh my God, this massage gun is so awesome. Can I have it? Last time I went to Jamaica, my husband was like, I took it with me. So if I'm going to be doing like a lot of walking and stuff, I know my calf muscles are going to get tight. I need to work it out. The rollers are good, but the massage gun is also really good. So he's like, oh, your mom, meaning his mom, saw this. No, I think I'd given her one. And then her sister, who lives in the UK, saw it when she visited. And she's like, oh, wow, this massage gun thing is so fantastic. Where did you get this? And then it was like, oh, Sandy. And then it's like, oh, well, let Sandy bring you one. So he was like, oh, that one that you have, just give it to Auntie so-and-so. I was like, I said, well, lucky for you, I've already ordered another one. I had to laugh and he's like, what? I said, what do you expect me to do? I mean, I already had one like extra. You expect me to give up my massage gun and not have one at all? Are you crazy? I mean, I don't mind other people benefiting from it. So when I travel, especially I'm going to be doing a lot of walking and hiking and all kind of stuff, I'm like, you need a good massage gun. So the other day, because they're big, I don't have mine with me now, but I'd show you the difference. Actually, maybe I can get Miss Stacy to bring them because I do want to show you comparatively speaking. Because what I did was I downsized and I got a smaller, more portable one that I can actually now travel with. So hold on. Let me see if I can show y'all what the two look like. Remember a couple months ago, we did a whole thing where we were talking about those signs, those non-soliciting signs. I think I forgot to tell you, some of you had asked me to get you the mats, and they're here. So if you're one of those people who inquired about the mats, let me know, because I can't remember how many I ordered, but I ordered a few. They're very heavy based on your requests. All right, we ain't getting Miss Stacy Honey Chat. She's busy. All right, give me 1 second. We're gonna grab some. This is like influencer hour. We're gonna grab some real live props here this morning. Let me get my TENS machine so I can walk around. By the way, these have a little belt clip on them, so you can put them like on your pants and stuff like that and walk around. All right, give me 1 second. Hold on a second, honey chill. All right, I'm back. Demonstration time. Everybody ready? Do I see Maureen today again? Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. Ugh. Just be thankful for the rain, Sandy. Let's not complain. All right, honey chill. Okay. So let me show you the difference, right? So this is the regular one. Y'all see how big this is. Really good, fantastic. They all come, not all of them, I guess, but this one comes in a beautiful little case. You know, if you're traveling, this is at least a couple pounds of luggage, right? And you know, you got to optimize your space, honey chill, especially if you're not traveling in Cayman Airways, because you ain't getting no 50 pounds. So you got to make sure if you're an American or any other carrier, you stay within their limit. Otherwise, they're going to overcharge you. They're going to charge you for whatever. Okay. So it comes with a lot of different pieces. This one is kind of nice. I'm going to show you this one. This is my latest one. This one actually has this piece in the middle. This is like a charging stand. So most of them just have a plug-in charger. This one actually came with like a charging stand. So you stick it in this, and this is how you charge it. And then you have your little charging cable there. So it has a spot for the cable. And then these are all your massage heads. Sometimes they come with different heads, and you'll have to figure out what you are into in terms of, like, some heads are better for different parts of the body. So they do give you with this one, this little cheat sheet thing here that tells you what they're found. So you've got the large one that's good for the round one, sorry, that's good for large muscle groups. So they tell you compression, neck and back. So I'm going to use this one a little bit later on. The bar, which is for shoulders and biceps. The dual one, which is also good for the neck and back. And then this one, quite interestingly enough, has a hot and cold element to it. Most of them don't. So you're going to pay a premium price for this massager, just FYI, right? Because it does have this one, which has hot and cold. Like there's a little metal thing here. So that one is a bit different because a lot of them don't have that hot and cold option. Anyway, fantastic. Absolutely love it. You know, you pick your head that you're going to put on, you stick it on there, turn it on. And then some of them have all sorts of different things. So like, I'm trying to remember which is which. You got different speed controls and stuff. So that's like on one. And then you've got like temperature options. So this one, and trust me, this is some serious pressure, you know, but even the hand, because the hands, this goes all the way up to, I think, 8. I mean, listen. It popped it out. Oh my God. That went up to 6, I think. Anyway, it's a lot of pressure. You don't normally need it that high, but these are great. I mean, invest in one of these because like I said, it's good for like stress relief. If you have an injury, if you have sore muscles, whatever, and just listen, your body needs a massage. Just take my word for it. Okay. So there's this one. Let me turn this one off. So I was thinking about it recently, and I was saying to Mary, I was like, you know, I love my massage gun, but it's not always practical to travel with that big massage gun. So look at what Mama found. Mama found a mini massage gun. Check it out. I love it. So when you're on the go, you're traveling, you don't have the space to be taking all kind of stuff. I mean, obviously these are a lot smaller and you're compromising a little bit, right? But still, if you just need a quick massage, honey chill, trust me when I tell you, this is gonna do. Look at how cute that is. Look at how tiny. And you can just, you know, massage all over. When you're playing tennis and stuff, this muscle that runs parallel on the arm, oh my God, it gets so sore. So you just get in there and, you know, put a little bit of pressure on it. That's just a number one. And you kind of just really work it out. So size matters. And sometimes it's practical. And this has 4, that goes up to 5. And then again, rechargeable. So it just charges there. It doesn't have a separate base or anything because that saves space. So this is going to be my travel companion now. When I have to travel with my massage gun, I'm good to go. So investigate it, look into it. It's worth it. I mean, I would highly recommend everybody has one. You know, we've given some away, I know, on the show before, and they can be a lifesaver because I can't always find the time. Although somebody said to me on Sunday, they're going to make a recommendation for someone to come in-house. I have a couple of gift certificates that people gave me for like my birthday and Christmas for massages. And so I need to use those as well. But I love a good massage. I've been to a lot of places on island. One of my favorite places is Body Works. There's an Indian girl there that is fabulous because the one thing that I find with these that I can't, you know, you can't really replicate is a foot massage. And she is fantastic at foot massages. And, you know, sometimes I love the Westin. They have a good massage option because then they have like the steam room. They have the sauna where you can kind of, you know, get in the water and make the heat do its thing. Who else is in my top list of massages? That some of the home people I've used before, and they're good. I also like Touch of Thai. I've been there before. One of the interesting things is there are very few, if you want to do a couples massage, there's very few places on island that you can get a good couples massage. But anyway, just FYI. All right. So that's my shameless plug of the day. I don't make any money off of any of these products. I'm not that kind of influencer. I'm just telling you guys that there's a lot of really, really interesting options. One of the accessories that I've seen lately that looks a little interesting, but I think Marlon would have a fit if I bought this, is they actually have an adjustable massage gun wall mount where you mount it on the wall, you put your massage gun in it, and then you're able to get, like, if you have to do your back and stuff, because it's hard to reach certain areas if you're doing it yourself. And so I must tell you that I love this idea, and all about it, to be quite frank. So yeah, this looks like the only thing is I really want to about that one. Anywho, I'll post it. And here it is. Like, this is what you do, right? You install it, and then there you go. It's up against the wall, and then you can adjust it. You can have it work in areas that you can't always get. Because otherwise, then you need somebody with the massage person. All right. The feed is bad. Oh, let me see. Let me check it out. I might have to refresh. You sound ruffled. Ruffled or muffled? Okay, hold on. Let me look at the feed and see what's going on here. So it looks good on Facebook. Gabby, I'm going to make a suggestion, and I'm also going to come off of one network, but maybe try refreshing, because I can look at I can't hear it, but I can just look at the visual and normally tell. So I'll refresh it, but normally you guys might have to do a refresh. No, you had a video playing while you were talking, somebody says. Oh, was it that split second? Listen, not for nothing, but when you have a, what is it, terabyte of download speed, these should not be things I'm concerned about. I'm just saying. One connection has 300 megs, the other one has a terabyte or whatever, 1 gigabyte, not a terabyte, 1 gig. I should be able to play a video and live stream at the same time. I'm just saying. I shouldn't be like, oh, I can't do anything else while I'm live streaming. What a hot mess. All right. Good morning, everyone. What a mess. Abby says, I spoiled myself to the Ritz Spa once and it was heavenly. Well, actually, somebody gave me a gift certificate to them. And then my girlfriend, I want to say it was Melanie, we did one there too. I think she was maybe treating me for my birthday. And it was good. You know, I find that it's like the little things that make a difference, like at the Ritz, like the aromas and the products and they make recommendations about what they thought and what you could be using. And so they kind of go like above and beyond a little bit in that regard. I've never done the Kimpton Spa, so Irvlin says it's good too. Ask Miss Sharon. I've actually never done their spa at all. Indigo, I'm sure, has a full spa and whatever as well. Good morning, Miss Barbara. Damien says you're going to be an influencer or a vlogger. Choose a side hustle. You can do more than one. So let's talk about the influencer, because her career started out. You guys are not going to believe this, but she actually started out as a teacher or assistant teacher or something. But she was always into the whole unboxing thing, getting Amazon products, unboxing them, trying out outfits, doing all of that stuff. And it was like amazing, right? Amazing for her, because she kicked to the curb the teaching job and she is now a full-time influencer. That's all she does, her and the fiance. And she didn't even have him, I feel like, when she first got started back in, it looks like probably like around 2020. I figured she is one of those pandemic, you had nothing else to do during the pandemic. So you figured, well, let me start my me channel or whatever. So I found her social. And one of the most interesting things about her, I've noticed that she does not actually do hold on, let me see if I can find her social. Oh my gosh. She does not actually do she doesn't do Facebook anymore, but she actually was on Facebook. That's how she started out. She started out on Facebook, and then it looks like she's now pretty much on Instagram and TikTok. So it was very interesting looking at her Facebook post, which hasn't been active for quite some time now, because I was able to kind of look at her progression back in 2020, 2021, where she was and what she was up to. And I was really, really interested to see that she was actually a teacher. And guess what? She got in trouble. Y'all listen to this now. She found herself in a little bit of hot water because of, let me just see here. She found herself in some hot water because of her dress or something. So there was something, let me pull up the story. Hold on. What's her name again? Mimi. There was something to do with like her dress and the teacher association or whatever, whoever she worked for, they were kind of like, not appropriate, blah, 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 blah. So student teacher goes viral on TikTok after unfair dress code violations. So this is a story about her. Student teacher goes viral on TikTok after revealing that her outfits received multiple dress code violations, sparking debate about school dress code policies. So again, her name is Mimonsta, whose real name is Mimi. At that point, she had 109 million followers on TikTok, and her fashion point of view content gaining over 102 million likes. So this is back in 2022. I think she's since left the teaching job, I suspect, and is now doing this full time because this is bringing in some hardcore money, it looks like. So it says here that in a recently posted but since deleted video, Mi stated that she violated the dress code one more time and she could possibly be removed from a student teacher program. In the deleted clip, Mi claimed that she was cited for a Western style t-shirt, which she paired with a cardigan and formal dress pants, with the school's dress code only allowing t-shirts to be worn on Spirit Day. Sounds like they were a bit over the top. So anyway, back in February 2022, she uploaded the second video poking fun at the fact that the school dress coded her, telling her fans that she still can't believe that she's getting dress coded. In her video, she said, "I'm a student teacher and I've been getting dress coded a lot. It happened 3 times so far while simultaneously showing off her wardrobe." So yeah, so this is what she does. She does this kind of thing all the time. She goes, wardrobe shopping. She'll show you outfits. What do you guys think of this? And this is typical of the influencers who are in the fashion industry. So I'm going to show you this one, for example. So this is what they do. And they make, when I tell you that they make good money off of this stuff, it's not a word of lie. I mean, you obviously have to have a substantial following. Again, those of you who don't get why they didn't use a local influencer, you're just not in the game and you do not understand today's social media marketing world that we live in. You would use locals for things like, local products, because that would make more sense. Because again, you're trying to attract the local population. When you're trying to attract foreigners and a totally different market.
Know that I'm a student teacher and I've been getting dress coded a lot. It's happened 3 times
this is
so
her.
far. But I did order some last minute things. All of these options were under $25, by the way. Okay, I really like it, but is it giving pilgrim vibes? You guys have seen the outfits I've gotten dress coded in. The only thing I'm worried about is I really like this one. I feel like it's me. My collarbone is covered. My ankles are almost covered. Yay, this one is so cute. Something doesn't feel right. So I may have made a mistake. I think I ordered these pants 3 sizes too big. I'm thinking I should order it in the smaller size. Okay, these high-waisted trousers. I like the elastic, very comfortable and high-waisted. Okay, next I ordered this satin button-up. I had an idea. Okay, how do we feel? Maybe with like some heels or something? Why am I getting Prairie Pilgrim vibes? Be honest. Honestly, I think it would be an adorable summer.
Now she's obviously elevated her game, because if you look at her more recent TikTok videos, and she's been doing makeup and all sorts of stuff as well. So, more power to her. Listen, it's so incredibly fascinating that there have been individuals who, she's probably a really smart girl. She was a student teacher. I'm not doubting her intellectual capacity, but there are people who had no smarts at all, but they get social media marketing. And those people have been able to, make money off of this. And it's been a game changer in their lives and given them income, even during COVID, and a way to make money and support their families. I don't see anything wrong with it. I'm like, listen, it's a straight hustle. Some of y'all are on OnlyFans. Y'all know about the OnlyFans life. I've actually never been on OnlyFans, except once to do a research story, that one teacher at the private institution. But this is her. She hasn't posted anything on Facebook since November 2021. So like I said, she's not really, she's not really maintaining her Facebook. But I suspect that this is kind of where she got started. And so you see a lot of beach photos. You see the unboxing, back in 2021, there she is with the now fiance, soon to be husband, coming for their bachelorette party in Cayman. So there they are dressing as twins in their little overalls. Here she is in a car. So yeah, this is what people do. 10 years ago, y'all wouldn't have known who Mimi was. There would be no, it has opened up a whole new world for people. And it really is quite fascinating how people have made a career, like legit career out of, oh, I love that outfit. That's cute. They've made a legit career out of this sort of thing. So all these people will send her stuff. She might also be purchasing, because when you first start, nobody's going to be paying you, right? So when you first get started, you got to get your game, and that means your numbers up there and become an influencer. Nobody's going to pay you to become an influencer. You have to first become an influencer, and then they're going to be like, okay, you like to go hiking, we're going to send you a backpack. You like to do this, we're going to, looks like she was a cheerleader and stuff as well. But they're going to so she was student teaching with 5th graders. So it looked like she wanted to be a teacher. I'm pretty sure she's given that up, because she's not going to make anywhere near the kind of money and perks that she's going to now get. Right? So there she is, hot and crispy. I don't know who that is, but I'm pretty sure they paid her to do this video. Oh, that was Wendy's. Wendy's had hot and crispy fries. Right? But you see, when she first started out, only 14 plays on this. So it's not like she probably had, I don't know when she started on the other ones, but here she is modeling. This looks like New York. She's been at it for a minute. So good on her. I'm all about it. In fact, there's a few influencers that I follow on YouTube. There's one lady called, so this lady here, Cora, I just started following her. She's a South Indian lady, and she's married to an African-American guy. He has a Trini background. Only 4 of you watching Radio Cayman. Y'all need to step it up now. Don't be embarrassing Radio Cayman like this. Get on Radio Cayman and give them a little watch. All right, so there's a couple of people that I follow, mostly tech people, but I started following her, Cora, because, it's interesting. She actually has 8 children, and she's only like 40. I was like, girl, more power to you. Yeah. But she does a lot of how she feeds her family. So she does recipes like cooking for 10 people, which is a lot. How she manages a household with so many children. Some of them are very, very close in age. There used to be a couple that I followed, and then they divorced. Jamie, they're Australian. Jamie, what's his name? Oh man, I can't remember now. Anyway, Jamie Perkins, I think. And Nikki, Jamie and Nikki, they had this whirlwind romance, blah, blah, blah. He had 1.27 million followers. Together, they did so much more. Now he's only getting thousands of views, whereas before it was like hundreds of thousands. So yeah, they had a really bad situation with, look, they made page 6. They had a really bad situation, allegations of her being abusive. She has an African background. I forget where exactly. And I can't remember, she's Nigerian. Anyway, they've got these 2 super cute kids, and they had what you thought was the dream, you know, the big, beautiful house in Australia. They were remodeling it. So they did like remodeling videos. She's actually a model, Nikki Perkins. And what is her name now? Anyway, they had like a channel together, and then they separated, they divorced, whatever. And it was not a good divorce. So now she has her own channel. She doesn't have as many subscribers as him. But, you know, both of them, he's a photographer and videographer. He's a content creator in that sense, like a professional photographer and stuff. So he would get like car companies, let him have a car for a week to be able to do videos and recordings and whatever. And so after their marriage, because their platform was kind of built on this whole family of like, oh, we're married, we're a happy family. They got 2 cute little girls. You know, here they are. She's like this model. So she does fashion. She gets invited to events, yada, yada, yada. So when they broke up, all of a sudden it becomes a war over money, as is usually the case. Who's going to get the kids and who's going to get the bag of money from the YouTube channel? And so, you know, she as a parent, do I want my kids in a YouTube channel with him to be helping him make money? It's just all kind of crazy. Like they went through, unfortunately, a really, really bad split. And it impacted their finances. You want to hear how sad this is? He actually is an Uber driver now. So he went from making some serious dough, probably 6 to 7 figures, just from social media and his other little side hustles. And now he's an Uber driver to try to make ends meet. Moved into a small apartment with his 2 girls. She's Sudanese. That's right. She's from Sudan. Anyway, sad situation. Everybody wanted to know because they looked like such the perfect little couple, you know, about what happened. And it also goes to show you that you can't look on social media and really judge people based on what you see, because you're not seeing the full picture. I mean, they have, especially the YouTubers, you know, they will do a lot of editing, post-editing of their videos, and they show you what they want you to see. You don't get to see the fights where she's allegedly smacking him around and beating him up and whatever. You just see the fairy tale wedding, and you know they showed both of her pregnancies because they broke up after she had her second daughter. But you know, you go through the pregnancies, and it's just next level crazy. Another interesting influencer that I watch, her name is I haven't seen one of her videos in a while, to be honest. Her name, she has a couple channels. And she's big. She is big. What's her name again? Hold on. Let me see. Her name, Raven. Her name is Raven Elise. Oh my gosh, she is so gorgeous. African-American girl, but she looks mixed with something. Although both of her parents are African-American, somewhere along the line, somebody kind of mixed things up. But she is so, look at her. She is so gorgeous. Single mom of 1. And I'm trying to find another snippet of her. She normally rocks short hair, although sometimes she puts in like these wigs and extensions and whatever. She has a whole wig closet. So she does, how many followers does she have? So she does a whole thing. That's her little daughter. So she does her blog around. Her daughter's now 7. So sometimes it's like home projects. She does a lot of makeup tutorials, a lot of makeup stuff. So like when she was doing the backyard, she likes to do a lot of like, here she is painting and stuff. She likes to do a lot of projects herself. So that's like her thing. So she's doing a playroom makeover, IKEA hack. You better believe this video, which got 260,000 views 6 months ago. She has 1.94, almost 2 million subscribers on YouTube. I don't know. I guess she's on TikTok. I've never even looked. But she gets a lot of sponsors from like furniture companies and makeup companies and all sorts of stuff. right? And this is her full-time job. She doesn't have any other job. That's it. But it is a full-time job and it keeps her busy. Like she has a team of people. Her mom helps her in the business, not so much the dad, but her mom is like a former chef. And so sometimes she does like cooking videos and she tries out like, oh, let's try out this TikTok recipe to see if it really tastes good or whatever. So her mom is always there, her ride or die. She's got a personal assistant. So she went through like, how to hire a personal assistant when you're an influencer. Like, what are the things that I'm looking for? And, it is an industry and it is work. And these people take their work seriously. So if she has a photo shoot, this girl is not going to be some diva. She is, walking in with, legit expectations and, she's working and she's doing her thing. And it's amazing that she lives in Texas. It is amazing that she can make an entire life out of this. And I'm going to say that she is for real a millionaire because of social media. Now, she started years ago because she's talked about her transition, like when she first started. She's actually university educated, by the way. A lot of them don't even have any education. They're just kind of falling into it. But in her instance, she's got over 400,000 followers on Instagram. She's got her own page. She's got Raven Elise TV. So you guys can go check that out. I mean, she is very, very, very professional. I must tell you that she's making it happen. So a month ago, they talk about how she turned her content into 7-figure business. 7 figures, not for nothing, but that means you're a millionaire, honey chill. So you go on through Raven. I love it. Yeah. She's single, I think. Haven't watched her in a minute. So she's always talking about as well, because you're like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. Wouldn't you be my girlfriend? She's like, no. She's got to be careful because of, again, having this influencer life that she will attract people who just want to be part of it. And, I think she's also, she had a really bad breakup with her baby daddy drama. So there's like a no contact order, like the little girl doesn't know her dad. So sad. Makes me cry when I hear those stories. But anyway, as a result of that as well, she is very, very cautious about who she introduces. Here's some more pictures of her, who she introduces into her daughter's life. Because she's like, nope, I'm not about to expose my daughter to another bag of, no good man or whatever. So, yeah, it's interesting. Anyway, that's the life of an influencer. They're on their hustle. I'm like, hey, here she's on TikTok. It's an honest hustle and it is what it is. You know what I mean? She's got her house is really beautiful. Like she's done house tours and projects and stuff. And it's very, very gorgeous. Yep. All right. Let's move on. So Damien says, I have seen YouTubers just walk around the street and successfully make money to travel the world. Yes, there's some of them who do like the street interviews, which by the way, I'm going to start doing street interviews soon. Just because it's a great way to get the pulse of the community. So I know some of you sent in some name recommendations. I'm still looking at them, but I kind of feel like we already have the pulse. And I think I might just keep the pulse because that's what we're doing, right? We're trying to get the pulse of what's happening like on the street kind of thing. But yeah, it's, people do make a lot of money. The whole idea though, is it's got to have traction to it. People have to be interested in your videos, in your content for you to be able to go anywhere. So Gabby says people in Cayman can make money from TikTok. I don't know. Like, I don't make money. I mean, I don't know any of this. I don't know what the limitations are. And there are always limitations. So on YouTube, you can make money no matter where you are, but you have to have a certain number of subscribers and you have to, apply to monetize the channel. I've never applied to monetize like YouTube and stuff like that. And then how they do it is they do in like the commercials that you see in your YouTube videos, like you'll be watching a video, all of a sudden the commercial pops up. That is how they monetize. And the more people that they're reaching, the more of those commercials you'll see. more in-ad commercials, and that's one way that YouTube gets monetization. So there's different ways that you can monetize. So you can have the platforms pay you, and to be honest, we've only just gotten on TikTok. I'm not interested in having any platform pay me. So I don't want y'all to be watching one of my videos and then all of a sudden an ad pops up. I don't care about that. I don't want YouTube trying to send me no check. You know who's an influencer in Jamaica? Let's talk about Caribbean influencers, because there is this guy. Hold on, I follow him on Facebook. His name is, help me out here. Oh Lord, what's his name now? Oh man, let me see. I gotta go see who I follow. I follow way too many people on Facebook though. His name is, anybody can help me out? Not Anthony. He's not a bad looking guy, fair skin. I personally think he's a little bit softish, but you know. Good morning, caller.
Morning. I sent you on your WhatsApp that that we have our own 2 Caymanians that moved away to Atlanta, influencers. I sent it to you that you can maybe show the followers.
Oh, okay.
Our own Caymanians that actually moved away and is doing successful away.
All right, let me have a look. Thank you so much. Yes, let's bring it home. So the Caribbean one, help me out here. Somebody must know him. What is his name again? Oh man, I do follow him. Hold on. I think I follow him on YouTube as well. It might be easier to find him on YouTube because I don't follow quite as many people on YouTube. His name, Perry. Thank you. Yes. Thank you, ma'am. Quite Perry. Yes, honey chill. All right. So Quite Perry, he has 379,000 followers on Facebook. Yep, that's him. And I like him. I like Quite Perry. He is very, he's a good looking guy. Had braces recently. He went through his whole braces phase. Very fashionable. Honey, look at that sultry lip. But he is from Jamaica. I don't recall exactly where in Jamaica, but he is very fashionable. And he does a lot of stuff as well. So he does a lot of he's an influencer. So he does like videos. At one point he had, I think it was, he was doing some kind of food challenge. And he had one of the McCormick and one of them sponsor his food videos. You see, those are the people that I need to talk about my food show, because I'm totally going to do my food show. So this is him. He said, not run, no smell, bad joke. So he, does little skits. Wasn't he the one doing the skit with the wigs where he put on the wigs? That's kind of how he really got to be known for, what's his alter ego called again? Where he pretends to be this woman. And then he does a skit with her about, different things like, she'll take your man or whatever. But since then, he has definitely leveled up his game. I mean, look at my boy. Look at you. Boy. Yes, sir. All decked out in the finest, showing the chest off a little bit. So he's I think he even got an award from the Prime Minister of Jamaica for, being an influencer and kind of putting Jamaica on the map for that sort of thing. So he's very, he's all over the world. Here he is in California. They went to Six Flags. So he has a huge, huge following, over 300,000 here. And I'm sure he's on TikTok and all of the other ones and stuff as well. This was him in Washington. So he travels quite a bit. Does a lot of fun stuff. It's fun. Look at this one. He says, foreign fit me. Foreign of my size, eh? He is so funny. So it looks like he did a Washington trip in May. What was his alter ego character called? Does anybody remember? He loves to dress and loves his cologne. Yes. I haven't seen him do one of those videos in a really long time. So I can't remember oh man, the name of the character is on the tip of my tongue. But basically, he would put on a wig and he would be that character, and she was funny. And that's kind of how he got started. Now look at him. Look at, yes, model material. What? Him love yellow though. Him love a yellow. Proper Jamaican. Love yellow. Look at him in his yellow suit. Yes, honey child, and the yellow and green pillows. Oh gosh, when I remember, I'll let y'all know. I can't remember the name right now. Oh, here she is. Here she is. This is it. Hold on. Patrice. Her name Patrice. Uh-huh. Yes, sir. Watching them. Uh-huh. Oh, Patricia's in the bathroom. No, she did. Mm-mm. Oh my God, Patrice. So this both of them are him. So this is him, obviously, and that's him. So he does these funny skits, and I think that's how he really what he initially got known for, doing these skits with his alter ego called Patrice. And she's always in some mix-up. So there she was in the bathroom. He's like, "Why are you calling me when you're in the bathroom and I'm trying to cook? Nasty gal, get off my phone." But he is hilarious. But he's done really well for himself. Rohan Quite Perry. Yes, go on through, honey child. So I don't know what show this is, but he's doing some Sim Soul sessions. Is this in Jamaica? They have 36,000 followers. But anyway, yeah. So this is Caribbean. So there's a couple in the Caribbean that really stand out. You know who else went really viral? Remember when Chin, what's her name now? She won, which one was it? Which competition? Which of the Chin sisters won that singing competition? And that year, she had a guy who used to like get on and be like, "Oh, go vote for what's her name again? What help me out here? The Voice." Right. Which one won The Voice? Tammy? Was it Tammy? Tisan? That's her name? So she won it, right? And he used to do a lot of like videos around that, like again, funny content, skits, whatever. And he actually, I can't remember what his name is, but he actually went viral, kind of piggybacking off of Tisan Chin and stuff as well, and the whole voice thing. I haven't seen him in a minute, but I guess he's still doing his thing. So, listen, all of these things, TikTok, Instagram, these things have made it possible for people to reach a whole new audience outside of, listen, 10 years ago, y'all would not have known who Quite Perry was. But I think it's actually fantastic that people get these amazing opportunities to build an audience, both in their countries and beyond, to really, whether it's making like funny skits or talking about, I think Quite Perry actually suffers from, he's talked about, suffering from depression in the past. And so he has used his platform now as a means to reach people and talk about, yes, I suffer from depression, Caribbean people, Dirty Barry. Yes, thank you. And Quite Perry is like, it's nothing to be afraid of. It's nothing to, there are times that I don't want to do certain things. I kind of have to force myself to get out there. And let me see if I can, hold on, let me find it. He's like, yeah, there are times that I have to force myself to kind of get out there and do things that, maybe I don't really want to do, but Quite Perry, hold on. So he's, Dirty Barry, sorry. Dirty Barry. So he was doing his little thing too. Ow, my shoulder. Where is he? Hold on, I can't find him. Maybe I'm spelling it wrong. Hold on. It's Dutty, D-U-T-T-Y, Dutty Berry. But yeah, he does like a lot of skits and stuff as well. The Dutty Berry Show, yes. So he has 270,000 followers. I mean, trust me when I tell you these people are doing fantastic. The Dutty Berry Show, there he is. And so again, he does like a lot of comedy. Social media countdown. 10 years he's been on social media. Oh my God. Speaking of this, big up yourself, Dr. Berry, and all influencers. CMR is coming up on 8 years this month. Whoop, whoop. 9 days. The 29th CMR launch. So we're going to be celebrating. I'm not going to be here that day. Wonk, wonk, wonk. So we're going to celebrate on like the 2nd because the 1st is a holiday. I was reminded yesterday. But yes, there's Dutty Berry, man. See him got his YouTube thing on his YouTube plaque on the wall. This means that you're legit because YouTube only gives those plaques out to certain people. Yeah, so good for him. I mean, I think all of our influencers, fantastic. Now let's talk about some Caymanians, as the caller said. So let me do a big shout out to none other than Rita Eskovanovich. She has, let me try and find it now. I'm going to share it with y'all. Y'all see how this shoulder is like really twitching right now? Oh my God. Do y'all see it? Oh my God, I can feel it. 3 minutes left. Okay, so let me pull this up. So somebody sent this to me, and there's another one. I'm going to show y'all another Caymanian. Hold on. I was watching TV, kind of barely. Sometimes you're kind of watching it, but you're not really watching it. So I was sitting there on the sofa, and I was watching TV, and I was let me see here now. Hold on. Let me think. I'm trying to think who sent me the original one. Oh, yes. Hold on. So I was watching TV and I saw this commercial, like it kept coming up. And, this shows how little we probably pay attention to commercials. I wasn't really like looking at it that closely. And then next thing I know, like it just hit me. I'm like, oh my God, that's a Caymanian. That's when you jump up and you're like, oh, what did I just see? So somebody sent me, I think this is back in May. Was this back in May? Yes. All right, hold on. I got him here. Hold on. They actually sent me this back in May. And I was like, oh, this is so cool. Hold on one second. Okay. So I had kind of forgotten about it. And then I was sitting there watching TV myself. And then I noticed that I was like, oh my God, she's from Cayman. And Gigi was like, who is she? I'm like, her name is Miss Rita. So hold on. Did you guys see it? It is a Estevanovich. Yeah, so she's moved to the UK, Rita. And she is, hold on. So she is actually, I just recorded it from like my TV because I couldn't find the actual like video online anywhere. But somebody else had sent it to me. Thank you, ma'am. And so I recorded it quickly and I was like, I can't believe that's her. You would almost miss it, And like I said, it had played on my screen a couple times. And then I was like, that's Rita. So she looks fantastic, of course. And then we also have Trevine Stewart. I'm downloading that one. Thank you, ma'am. So we're going to show her as well. Now, to be clear, I don't think they're influencers, but they're doing, commercial work in entertainment, which is still fantastic. Let me show you all this one. Where's Miss Rita? Oh yes, I need to turn this off. So, hold on one second. Okay, so yeah, this is one of her own. Look at this.
Your secret. I'd tell you, but I'd have to kill you. Kidding. It's number 7.
Ad Lift Illuminate Serum. A small step for a more even-looking skin tone.
Secret's out now.
Number 7. One small step, big result.
So yeah, there she is in a commercial. And then we've got Trevine Stewart. Hold on one second. Let me download this one. I was just about to download it, actually. Thank you for resending. She was also seen in a recent commercial as well. And you know, these are the limitations. Like, listen, Cayman will always be limited for such a small country. And so sometimes in order for our people to break out, they have to travel abroad. It's not the first time. That's what our seamen were doing. Right? Look at Trevine.
Peloton, come on, let's get this workout started. Claire and Edmonton, you got this. Heart rate stays up. We're moving to the mat. Let's go, Peloton. Bring that thunder. We did it together, Peloton.
So good for her. She's in a Peloton commercial. So I think that this is fantastic that our Caymanians are getting an opportunity, even if it has to be overseas. Grace Byers, Gili Byers, of course, really put Cayman on the map for her acting chops in Empire. We were all sad. I was sad when Empire ended because we were all into Empire big time. She's since written a book. She's doing, I think, a children's series. She has a baby now, obviously got married, had a baby. We have, let me just see who else. So I'm loving it, so hold on one second. I don't know who these young people are, but I'm told that they're Caymanians. So bless them. I'm all here for it. Let me show you their profiles. So we have this young lady. We have 2 of them here. All right, so hold on. Okay. So here we go. So this one, tell me which one is which now. This is Janelle. Who's Janelle? So this person says our next Caymanian, and she's the most beautiful because she bought a house in Atlanta. This one is who's Janelle? Janelle, here for the vibes, Atlanta, collabs. So like if you want to collab with her, that's why she has her Gmail address there, her link tree where you can reach out to her. And she has over 200,000 followers. Not too shabby. This is her Caymanian. Look at her views, her TikTok, and more followers on Instagram. Doesn't matter your followers. So she's getting millions of views. Your followers do matter. But she is getting the last couple ones that were pinned. She has gotten quite a number of like 4.4 million, 18.5 million and stuff as well. But I mean, normally those are because they're pinned and there would have been something. Let's go look up Janelle. Who is she? There would have been something about her content that obviously made those go viral. But your followers do matter. There's no 2 ways about it. If you didn't have great followers, you would not have, let me see. Is that her? She's at JAALIYAHS. Okay, let's see. Okay, so this is her page. Hold on one second. All right, so she seems to do like a lot of cooking content. This looks like lamb chops. some juicing smoothie thing. When she got suspended for wearing ripped jeans. So she does a lot of juices. Oh, this one looks good. What is this? This juice looks good. Some kind of juice. Okay. Uh-huh. All right, gotta check that out. That one looks delicious, whatever that is. So she seems to do a lot of food content. Some kind of lasagna soup for tonight's dinner. Yes, sir. Presentation is everything. Love it. Looks delicious. Car Chronicles with what is her name? Jalasia and Nation? So this is her here? Mhm. Okay. Mhm. So I love it. Listen to the Caribbean accent. Okay. Okay. Mhm. So, all right. So, yeah, okay. Who's she for? Who her mama is? Jalea. Mhm. All right. So she seems to do a lot of food stuff. Oh my god, this one looks good. Honey glazed lamb chops, mac and cheese. Oh my gosh, the food we can't play because music, but the food looks amazing. I love that dish. So she seems to do a lot of food videos. I'm here for it. Girl, I'm gonna give you a follow. Let me see now. Hold on. How do I follow you? Okay, get rid of that screen. How do I follow her? Follow. Bam. Everybody let Jalea know that CMR has just gave her a follow, honey jail. Beautiful. I love me some food video. Oh my God. Banana bread with chocolate chips on top. Oh yes, girl. I'm here for that recipe. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be making some more banana bread this week. Cucumber juice. I like it. Oh, it's her drinks. Which one is this? Oh, I love. Oh my gosh, I want to find out what that one is. Creamy mango aqua fresca. Oh, wow. I would try that one. That looks like a good drink. Oh, I like that she likes to make her own little drinks and stuff. Hmm. Okay, I will follow her. And then the other young lady is who now? Hold on. This is the other one named Alyssa Marie. So Alyssa Marie, let's look up Alyssa Marie. Alyssa Marie. No, hold on. Alyssa. Oh, Alyssa. Lissa. The ad is the at sign. So it's Lissa Marie. Sorry. So Lissa Marie. Trying to find her. What does her profile picture look like? Lissa Marie. Oh, there she is. So she only has 10.6, but getting there. You got to start at somewhere, honey child. You do not start at the top. I don't know who told y'all that, but here she is. Where does she live? She's in Florida somewhere, it looks like. This looks like Miami area. She went on a cruise, looks like. And I love that they're rocking their natural curls. Lissa Marie, her mom was the founder for the Finishing Touch jewelry. Finishing Touch, okay. But she's cute. Yeah, so she's doing something with Fenty hair. Or she got a Fenty hair on. Yes. Mhm. So you see how talked about PR package? They send these things out all the time. Like the Kardashians will send people huge boxes of like Kardashian merchandise and whatever. This is how people get influencers, big or small or whatever, to talk about their product. And the more people talk about Fenty hair and Fenty beauty, the more money Rihanna is going to be making, honey child. So here, she's talking about trying a new gel. I love her hair. Oh. Oh. Uh-huh. 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 Oh, I love you girls. Very tight girls. Um, so she does like outfit. She looks like she's a bit more into the whole fashion thing. So shoes and fashion. So everybody can find makeup. Yes, okay. She's getting a piercing in this one. So people can find their niche. For some, it's cooking. For some, it's comedy. For some, it's hair and makeup. Summer shopping at Aldo. Is that her mom? Mhm. So cute. Aw. Aw, mom and daughter shopping trip, right? There she is in Rotan. So did some videos from Rotan. Yeah. Wow. Good for her. All right, folks. So she's got 10.6. Shall we give her a follow as well? Why not? Go on through Caymanians, do your thing. Oh man. People who do braids, can I tell you, I could never. I can't do wigs and I can't do braids. I just don't have the patience for it. All right, so we're gonna follow Alyssa Marie as well. Give her a follow, folks. Let's get her up to at least, maybe if everybody followed her in Cayman, she'd get to 20,000 followers. All right, so your virtual curl friend, that's funny. Hair, beauty, and home is what she's all about, and she's in Atlanta. So there you go. And everybody wants to be, the funny thing is, everybody wants to be, not everybody, but a lot of people want to be insta famous. Like they want this lifestyle, especially the younger generation. And I think a lot of times that they don't really know what it comes with. So there's a lot of positives and negatives to it. Do we have an annoying person do we have a scammer in here? This GIF Dav or whatever. Come on, dude. Ugh, it comes with scammers, I should tell you, spammers and scammers as well. So Shandy says Janelle is my girl. Park says I follow her and she has amazing food ideas. Well, I'm following her as of today. Janelle Smith. Okay. Good stuff. Gabby says, and Grace is always repping her home country. So proud of her. I love Janelle, says another person. Park. Janet says, shout out to our local girl, Monica Walton. Where is Monica, by the way? I've not seen Monica in a minute. Is she still doing stuff? Because I know she used to do that. She was at Cayman 27, but then after they shut down, I haven't really seen her. I see her in that Loop channel for tourists, where it's like she's going around to different local businesses. But is she still in Cayman? What else does she do? I don't know. But I absolutely love, first of all, the women are making it happen, real boss ladies out there on their hustle. So you got to respect it. I really, really love it. Big shout out to Mona Lisa. She started her own, I think it's PR company and stuff as well. So now she's helping other local companies promote, what it is that they do. We have a lot of women at Pilar since the whole fiasco with, she's no longer the political strategist for the former premier because he's no longer in that job, but she's very smart, very talented. And so she has rebooted her company Atwater, which has I mean, she could have done that from day one. But again, rebuilding her clientele, and I understand been very, very busy. They're a consulting company that offers, again, lots of services to support NPOs and other businesses and organizations and stuff like that. So a lot of Caymanian women and men, young men out there doing a phenomenal job. Live Happy says, on a people of Ferrari and Amari. I guess those are some other people. I don't know. But fantastic job. Live Happy says braces is the biggest thing in Jamaica now. Well, everybody wants straight teeth. And when you're an influencer, child, people can be critical. I mean, Quite Perry has talked about how people are so critical of him. I mean, I think he is such a handsome young man. He always is well put together. But y'all know your own people, how y'all love to, pull people apart, even when they're looking good. You got to find something to criticize. And so when you're in front of an audience, even if it's social media, yeah, people are going to have stuff to say. Did y'all see this trending thing yesterday where, what's his name? John Legend's wife. Oh, she's always in some kind of hot water. But this time she was in literal hot water because she was taking a bath and you guys were making fun of her bath water. Oh my goodness. Chrissy Teigen. Y'all were like, oh my God, why is her bath water so dirty? Girl, you need to take a shower before you take a bath. And the tub isn't for taking a bath. It's for taking a soak. She was like, what? Y'all are crazy. But Chrissy Teigen, she's like a firecracker. You get her in a good day, she's going to cuss you out. I think that's why John low key really likes her, because she's one of them. She's a real firecracker. But listen to this. This is so funny because she actually explains that she was removing body makeup and people were still like, why is your water so dirty? Look at that.
What is happening here?
Chrissy Teigen claps back at criticism of her dirty bathwater video. Things are getting murky over on John Legend's IG after he posts this clip showing Chrissy in the tub surrounded by what looks like very filthy water. Some fans enter the comments totally confused, with one saying, damn, she need to let that dirty water drain before posting on social media, while another takes issue with Chrissy doing the whole thing on camera, declaring something should be said, visuals aren't always needed. Even Mr. Legend wants answers to what's going on, and it turns out she's doing self-care with his skincare line.
What is happening here?
Getting all my body makeup off.
Using Loved One, exfoliating, and...
So the woman actually says, and that's apparently, I didn't even know John Legend had a skincare line. There you go. He's taking a shameless, oh, look, you're using Loved One. That's like his skincare line, apparently. Listen, once again, this shows you the power of media, social media. He's a performer. He's a singer, and he's amazing. I love him. But he knows that career isn't going to last forever. At some point, he's going to have to hang up the vocals. So now he's got a skincare line. I mean, they branch out into other businesses to really spread out their portfolio, because from a business perspective, it makes total sense to do that. You don't want to have all of your eggs in one basket, all of your eggs in the singing basket, right? So it's great that his wife, who I'm sure has millions of followers, is here using his scrubbing products or whatever on her skin. And she says in the video, she's removing body makeup, and people still talking about, why is the water so dirty? But the point being really is y'all will be critical of everything. And so there's a lesson in that, because I think some of you parents are maybe listening to the program, and now we're going to start talking about Caymanian young children who are using social media for all of the wrong things. And this is today's question. What is wrong with our young people? What is up with them? Because you need to rein it in. First of all, parents, you need to know a little bit about how social media works. I've taken some time this morning to just share some elements of it, right? Everybody wants to be Insta famous. Everybody wants to have a TikTok with all these followers. And, they want to live this lifestyle because, number one, they think that it's easy money. They don't know the life of a real influencer is a lot of work. What you do in front of the camera, that's probably just a small part of your game. Like if you're serious about this, this is a business. This is not Mickey Mouse play hour. You got to be serious. You've got to be organized. If you are meeting with clients and you're pitching yourself, like collab with me, let's work with me. You got to be on top of your sales game, professional. You got to know how to talk to people. I mean, there's a whole number of components to it. It's not just doing a fun TikTok video and like, and then all of a sudden you're going to go viral. It's not quite that, right? It takes work. And the people who go viral for all the wrong reasons don't tend to last. So for example, there's a guy in Mexico. He actually, he disappeared after the cartel got a hold of him. Cause you don't mess with the Mexican cartel. And apparently he decided to do some stuff against the Mexican cartel. So there's a number of social media people in Mexico, because that country is just crazy, who have been either murdered or disappeared because they've insulted members of the Mexican cartel. That country is not the second murder capital of the world for nothing. They are very, very serious. So there's a guy named, he was only 17 years old, such a sad situation. His name was Juan Lagunas Rosales. He was actually shot 18 times in a bar after posting a video of him talking foolishness about the Mexican cartel. And they're like, oh, really? We're going to show you how this can go. So poor little Juan Luis, probably not the brightest of the bunch, but he got started, like I said, only 17 years old, but he got started because he used to do videos of himself drunk and falling down, because that was like his thing. And he thought that was funny. He had a lot of followers. So here he is partying with girls and stuff. So he had a lot of followers who, thought that was like a cool thing to do. The lesson here is that type of foolishness is not going to last. So back in 2017, he was born in Sinaloa. And if you know anything about Sinaloa, they actually had the Sinaloa cartel. Somehow he managed to insult them, and that was the end of him. But he was drinking. What's the drinking age in Mexico? So the thing that he was known for was to always be drinking and being sloppy and falling down. And, people thought, oh, this is so funny. A 15, 16-year-old, I think he started drinking very, very young. That's not funny. Like, I don't know what that's all about. But then he would go around. He was poor thing. He was raised by his grandmother as a child. So he left his hometown at the age of 15 without finishing high school, moving to Caloocan, where he was washing cars to make a living. And then somehow he got this nickname called El Pirata de Culican. So the pirate of Culican. And he started getting like invitations to like go to parties and do all this kind of stuff. So he got into this lifestyle of like excessive drinking, smoking. So a lot of his videos on social media would show him like being passed out. And that was like a thing. And so there were people who, his videos are no longer online either. I think YouTube has taken them down. But, this is what he was into. This was his thing. So unfortunately, he was into all this kind of excessive alcohol abuse. He was an alcoholic from the videos that I've seen, this kid. He probably wouldn't have lasted much longer than that anyway, because he had a real problem with alcohol. Serious. There he is, short little kid. Look at him chugging a beer. Excessive drinking, like all the time, like hard liquor. This kid was going to be lucky if he made it to 30 in any event. Right? And then he was like doing music videos and whatever. He's a short little kid too. I'm surprised he can hold that much liquor. But yeah, they started to put him in all these music videos, just showing this excessive partying lifestyle. There he is again, chugging a beer. But because he was garnering so many followers, million followers, million views, all this kind of stuff, his bad behavior was being influenced or encouraged by the followers, right? So unfortunately, he made the mistake of thinking that he was the top boss and he could insult anybody and do anything and he was going to be just fine. Well, he racked up more than 1 million followers on Facebook, more than 300,000 on Instagram. His social media fame started putting him in music videos and at promotional events. So again, he's starting to get paid for it, starting to make some moolah. Baby face, as you can see, he looks like a little kid. I mean, at 17, he is actually a little kid, but you know, he shorter kid, looked more like a little boy. So he actually at one point drew a beard on his chin to look older. Tattooed his arms, a pirate in one, a tiger in the other arm. Posted pictures on Instagram with large guns, half-naked women, and luxury cars. By the way, the drinking age in Mexico is actually 18. But this kid was all over the place drinking at 15, 16, 17. El Perita de Culican. No limits. Lived as though he was invincible until he started to make some unusual moves. So he posted a video. I think he actually posted more than one, where they were recorded taking a jab at a guy called El Mencho. Now, El Mencho is this big time gangster. His real name is Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes. Everybody, the Mexicans are like Jamaicans. Everybody's got a nickname. So his nickname was El Mencho. And he's one of Mexico's most dangerous drug lords, according to U.S. government officials, and the leader of the new generation cartel of Jalisco. And trust me, they're not people to be messed with. So anyway, he made some comments about El Mencho, including his, we can't use that word, even though it's in Spanish. You guys will probably know exactly what it is. So he was basically telling him to do something with his private parts. That's an insult. So he did that. And then on Monday night, while he and his friends partied at a local bar in Jalisco, a group of armed individuals burst in and fired at Lagunas. And that was the end of him. The teenager died, sustaining between 15 and 18 bullet wounds. Authorities managed to identify Lagunas only by his tattoos. Okay. And he's not the only one, that has fallen into that trap of social media actually not being a good thing for them. So parents, you have a responsibility. Now, obviously, we're not talking about a crazy situation like this with El Mencho and the, cartels and whatever. But what you should be aware of is that your children can get in a lot of trouble with social media. Okay? Social media isn't their friend. You need to control social media when it comes to children. A lot of them don't know what they're doing. They think they know, but they really don't know what they're doing. So you have an obligation, you have a responsibility as a parent to be a little bit smarter than them. And I get it. Technology is constantly changing. So you may not understand TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, all these things. But if you don't understand it and your children are utilizing it, you are putting your children at real risk for a number of different reasons, even here in the Cayman Islands. Last week, over the weekend, there was a video that went viral with some John Gray high school children. I'm going to show you the video because this was supposed to be them on dress down day. Now, it's so funny because remember last week, I think it was Thursday, we were talking about how, a lot of the children seem to be lacking discipline and respect. They're not respecting their school grounds. They're just like doing whatever. throwing debris all over the place. They're littering. And generally speaking, they seem to have no accountability and a complete don't care attitude. So one parent sent me a video and said, "Hey, Sandy, this is supposed to be dress down day at John Gray High School." And I was like, because remember Miss Marva called in, and Miss Marva was like, hopefully, we got dress down day coming up. Hopefully they're going to respect dress down day and do the things that they need to do, like, dress down in whatever it is, the attire that you're supposed to dress down in. Well, I reckon Miss Marva was expecting a lot because, of course, these young people, not only did they not dress down properly, but they took to TikTok and Instagram and shared pictures of themselves doing the most. So here they are. I'm going to mute it because I haven't listened to the music, so I don't know if the music could pass the test here. But these are your kids. Look at them, your Caymanian children who are not supposed to have phones in schools, setting up phones here in the school hallway at John Gray, recording themselves. I'm looking at the uniforms saying, yeah, this doesn't meet the dress down criteria, certainly not blue, et cetera, but here they are using gun signs in this and all kind of, symbols and whatever. And then here comes a girl again. This is what they want. They want to be on TikTok. They want to be TikTok famous, doing all this kind of foolishness, emulating gangsters with their hands and that sort of thing. Pants, talk about dress code. Look at this one with his pants about to fall off down his behind. So some of you parents were in the comment section quite heavily. And as they say, you miss the forest for the trees. Y'all like, oh, well, parents can't afford this and that. Cry me a river. I am so sick and tired of Caymanians looking for every excuse in the book to not do the right thing. Do you all not think that your children don't listen to you? When you find justifications for their behavior, if you can't send your children, so if it's dress down day, most schools have dress down day. We have dress down day at my daughter's school. And if you decide to dress down, you have to make a donation to nonprofits. So every month they change it. It's a different nonprofit organization. You bring your little $5 and you contribute. I think most of you might even be, rolling it back into the PTA or whatever. I don't know what y'all do with your dress down day funds, right? In this case, the school doesn't take the funds. They donate it to nonprofit organizations. It is a privilege to be able to dress down and dress down day. If you don't have the clothing or you can't meet the requirements of dress down day, it is no excuse for you to send your children dressed like this. I'm going to show y'all again. This is no excuse to send them dressed like this, right? That young lady, she looks perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with her. I think it was supposed to be blue, whatever. The other one's not wearing blue. But parents looking at this, talking about, well, we couldn't afford to put them in blue. I was like, am I missing something here or am I missing something here? I'm like, really? That's what you watched this video and took away from? That this is about your children being in blue? I'm like, huh? No, this is about your children acting and emulating gangsters. And I don't know who these young men are, but if they belong to you, you should be having a conversation with them about why they think that this is appropriate, why they would record this and post this up on TikTok. Who is not DeMarco? So whoever he is, his parents and others need to be having a conversation. One parent said the dress code was well circulated by the PTA. Why did the parents still let their kids out of the house looking like this? I saw your comments. defending your children. Okay, you don't have a blue shirt. You don't have $5 to go out and buy a blue shirt, but I bet you sure got your nails and hair done, mama. Then you know what? Dress down day is optional. If they cannot meet the criteria of dress down day, they wear their school uniform. One person's like, PTA parents, kids were in black. Stop bullying and shaming these kids. Are y'all serious? Bullying and shaming these kids. This is what y'all took away from this video. Y'all didn't see the gun symbols, obviously, in that part of the video, which is what is particularly alarming. Parents and grandparents, when you post foolishness like that, oh, we must be concerned about their mental health. Yes, we need to be concerned about their mental health. But you know what y'all also need to be concerned about? That you're raising children in 2024 who have absolutely no resilience whatsoever. Y'all are babying these children so much and making them so incredibly soft that they will never be in a position to survive in the real world outside of Cayman. And that is the saddest indictment on us as a people. And you do it under the auspices now of their mental health, because everything is about mental health. So we will protect your mental health at the cost of being honest with you as children, at the cost of setting very important boundaries for children that they need. We don't want to discipline our children anymore, right? Because, oh my God, their mental health. I want y'all to look at these children again for me, right? Look at underwear. Look at the cut up jeans, the gun movements, right? You know what culture it is that they're emulating? You don't have to go far to figure it out. And you're worried about their mental health? Come again. What you need to be worried about is the fact that these young men are going to be the gangsters of tomorrow. They're going to be getting themselves in trouble. They're going to be ending up in Northwood. And when they're Northwood, are you going to then be worried about their mental health? I'm just saying. When they got the little boyfriend in Northwood taking advantage of them forcibly, I want to know what y'all going to do about their mental health. My dear, you're calling the wrong number, or you need to call in WhatsApp. I can't connect this line to the show unless you call in WhatsApp or the other number, the show number. Okay. Don't y'all know the rules by now? How y'all calling me direct in my number? So, I mean, like I said, cry me a river. But I am not going to be sympathetic towards this kind of foolishness. And I think all of you as parents, and that comment was from a grandparent, y'all are very disconnected about what's happening in these schools and with your children. Disconnected to the point where you are actually setting your own children up for failure. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, my darling. How are you today?
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
I'm blessed and highly favored beyond all measure.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful topic you have this morning. The public parents needs to know that the way that they are bringing their children up is damaging their future. They needs to understand that kids learn what they see at home and they portray it out into the streets, what they see at home. The drop pans, the smoking weed, the guns and fighting, everything children picks up and adapts and takes out. So I really, really appreciative of this topic that you have out on here right now, because it is serious. It defines our children's future. We need to be more understanding when it coming on things. Mind, you hear the saying, say every generation shall be wickeder, wiser and wickeder. But we need to try to break that. We need to try our best to break that, because in our children's future at stake, they get up at age and looking at job. People tends to go on Facebook or the media and search through to see what they can learn about this person background. I mean, people don't understand that. People really just don't understand that. And if we love our children, we would try to fix this. Children should not be leaving home, going to school with drop pants, or nowhere with their pants dropped. You understand? It's just telling people what kind of home background they're coming from. You understand? So I really hope that people take the seriousness of this topic this morning and understand it's not about being cool. It's not about being famous. It's about decency. It's about teaching your children home training, teaching your children of how to be successful in life. You understand? People tend to say, oh, you're just hating. No. It's not a matter of hate. I'm hating. No one is hating you. It's because they care. We care for you.
Yeah.
You understand? That's why we speak out against these things. That's why we're asking you to pull up your pants, wear a belt, look professional at all times. You're going to school, going to school decent. I remember when we were going to school, our uniforms had to be crisp pressed. Shoes had to be clean. You understand? Nowadays, they don't care how they go to school. Some of them be on in school with these hoodies on and heads on, and they know that they're not permitted, but yet they leave home with it. Parents allow their children to leave home dressed that way. A caring parent would see how their child or their children walks out of their door before they go to school or anywhere.
I agree.
So,
I completely agree. Thank you so much, Carla.
But it's true.
Thank you. I
But I
appreciate
hope
it.
that they learn from it today.
Yes, thank you.
All right, my darling. Thank you.
One of the things I do want to say, because I think that I always talk about balance on this program. And I think that probably the biggest job that we have is that of being a parent, without a doubt, right? And so we will undoubtedly be faced with so many challenges. And I wish that, we don't have it all figured out. There's no perfect manual to tell you as a parent how to raise your children. And we will have, as you guys know, if you have more than one child, every child is different. And you have to know how to adjust your parenting techniques based on the child that you have before you. But I do think that there's some basic and fundamental things that can be put in place. So I know the last week when we had this discussion, ironically, last week, Thursday, we should start making Thursdays about parenting and family. That should be the topic every Thursday, right? When we talk about our children and their lack of respect for their environment, and which means that they have a lack of respect in themselves and everything else, because if you can't take care of those things, right, it sends a very clear message about what you think about your Clifton Hunter school. And these schools are multi-million-dollar schools. We're the envy of the Caribbean because of the things that we can afford. And that is so sad, because that doesn't mean that you have any real values just because you can afford something. There's a much bigger picture, I think, that is being lost in translation here, unfortunately. And we need to be talking to our children about these things. So I come from a very different upbringing, in the sense that it was a very traditional Caribbean people. They can beat it out of you. You got the devil in you. You got mental health. You're bipolar. You're depressed. The old people are just going to beat that out of you. I have said, listen, we need to get away from that. That type of parenting style doesn't work. It has the potential to cause significant damage to our young people and as they grow into adulthood. I believe that you can be gentle but firm at the same time. It's not easy, because sometimes these kids get on your nerves. You want to grab them and wring their little necks. I totally understand that. But one of the biggest issues is that children do not understand that they have rules that they have to follow. That's the world that we live in. So even At my daughter's young age, she's only 7. Sometimes she says things to me that make me realize she's not getting it. And listen, of course they don't get it. They're born into this world. They don't understand anything. It is our responsibility as parents and teachers and people in the community to teach them. So when I say to her, like, oh, she's on summer break now, so she thinks everybody's on vacation. I'm like, no, I still have to work. Miss Stacy has to work. We will make the sacrifice to send you to some summer camps to keep you occupied so you're not here complaining all day that you're bored. And I said, you want to get a little job? Oh, yeah, I want to go visit my friend. I'm like, that's not a job. Nobody's going to go pay you to visit your friend. So as soon as she's eligible to get a little job, y'all might see her at Foster's bagging some groceries because kids need to learn responsibility. When I was in middle school, I was hustling, selling my little candy bars to other middle school students, trying to make a few bucks. I was going with my uncle to the recycle bin every single Saturday. We would go and collect cans. We'd save up the cans, rinse them out, take them to the recycling center in Tampa, and bottles, and get maybe it was like $50, but that was money. It's discipline. It's everybody else has to work. You need something productive to do as well. We've just lost, I think, a lot of the good principles and messaging and examples, because you also have to live the example for our children to follow. So it is no wonder that they're confused. Look at these young men. And I don't know who the young lady is. She didn't really do anything too bad except even wanting to be in this video. First question is, what are these kids doing with a phone in school and using it to record a video that then they're going to upload on TikTok? Why are these young men in this video there with gunshot emulation? Like they're shooting at the camera. Who are these young men? Who do they belong to? Parents, you need to take these young men aside and try to get them into something productive. Because if you don't think that they're going to be a problem, these two, I don't know who they are, that you need to keep an eye on them. I'm going to challenge you to come and talk to me in 5 and 10 years and tell me where these young men are in life. You're not going to be worrying about their mental health then. You're going to be worrying about the fact that they're breaking into your house, they're breaking into your businesses, they're running guns, they're shooting people. That is going to be your worry. Good morning, caller.
Hey, good morning, Sandra. Good morning, listening audience. This is Marva Reed. And of course, touche, deja vu. Here I am on a Thursday morning. We're watching the same show, in the same discussion that we did last week, Thursday. Crazy, like you said. Sandra, you said something this morning, and I certainly have been thinking about it since you've said it. And I think this is the perfect forum and opportunity where perhaps, yes, we could reach a lot of parents, and that would be having a special segment on your show on a Thursday morning and dedicating that to, and not just for PTA members or parents, but give the opportunity even to our Department of Education Services or Minister of Education, or even our teachers, if they're willing to come on.
I wouldn't count on the education minister, but anyhow.
I'm being totally optimistic here and wishful thinking and hoping and all of that.
Why not?
But my thing is, this is an opportunity because I've always said to persons in the ministry and the department, who better to reach our parents, or who better to hear or have our parents hear from than you yourselves? Coming to school, coming to the PTA and hearing from us is one thing, but hearing from those people is even more important. And this is where we could probably send a stronger message. Yeah. And I just want to touch on something really quick to say that, and this is something I'm hoping to form back. I started putting it together, the wheels turning last year, and I'm really hoping to push it forward this year. When Minister Anglin was the Minister of Education, we didn't actually form an NPO because back then NPOs were not as famous and popular as they are now and registered and all of this sort of stuff. But I remember the PTA presidents for all of the government schools came together and we thought of forming like a national PTA organization. And Minister Anglin, when we presented it to him, and Miss Rodriguez was his chief officer at the time, I remember they used to meet with us once a month to sit down and hear concerns, because collectively all of the schools have the same concerns, and ironically a lot of it starts from primary school, and of course it just escalates as it grows bigger and fester bigger as it goes higher. And we used to come together and we would look at, maybe pick a topic, for the month and say, let's focus on that and let's present that to the minister and the chief officer and have them hear from us. And it worked beautiful, and they listened to us. Of course, it grew, it phased out. Reason being is because, of course, a lot of those parents, their kids graduated, moved on, they didn't have any more parents, but you still have persons like myself who still, or was still having children, who's still in the system, that still wants to see it grow and wants to see it back implemented into the system, because who better to hear it from than us, the persons who are on the ground in the schools and involved. No, they may not want to hear everything that we have to say to them, but they have to listen to us. They have to listen to us for so many reasons, because we can help them when it comes to their jobs as well. But we need them to be involved. And I'm so glad that parents are talking and saying that what we're doing is for the benefit and in the best interest of their children, because that's exactly what it is. And in regards to Dress Down Day, let me just say to you, I touch bases in regards to that video there and that Dress Down Day particularly. Our theme was all blue, and it was Shades of Blue, actually. That was the name of it. It was for us to raise funds in aid of our late student, Shelby Thompson, and to donate towards, her funeral expenses. And I want to say kudos to the probably 99% of students that did dress down that day. They did pretty much followed, what we asked for, those criterias. And you had those one or two. For example, the little boy that was in the all black there, I remember specifically saying to him, "Where's your blue?" And I remember him pointing to his shoes. His shoes actually had blue in it. And he said, "Miss Marva," the one there that was just in your video, he said, "Miss Marva, I have on, blue shoes. I didn't have no blue shirt." And I said, "Okay, cool." We don't turn around students, every single one of them. Now, I gotta tell you, did
you have a conversation? I'm curious, since you actually spoke to these young men. Did you have a conversation?
I haven't had a conversation regarding this video.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I haven't had a conversation.
You noticed his lack of blue, but did you notice that his pants was halfway down his behind?
Well, it was that's it's two different children there we're talking about. I'm talking about yeah. But I'm actually going to be in the school later on. I did see some of them this morning. I looked at them and gave them I'm watching you, and we're going to talk later on, so they know I'm going to talk to them. But we had a couple of students that showed up in spaghetti strap shirts, and I said to them, "Guys, this is not part of the criteria." So I said to them, "You need to call mom and dad." First thing I asked, "Do you have a jacket?" "Yes, I do have a jacket." I'm like, "Okay, take your jacket out. Let me see you." "Okay, put your jacket on." And they complied. There was some there that showed up with solid red stuff. And I said, "Hey, listen, that is certainly not going to work well today. You need to get rid of that, And they're like, "Oh, well, we didn't have a blue." I goes, "That's fine if you're all black or if you're a jeans with a black shirt, but I don't want a red jacket." So they listen. Those kids will listen. And all it takes is parents to, especially if parents read our criteria of what we're asking you to follow the rules and regulations. Just say to your child when your child gets out of the car, just say, "Hey, listen, they did not, help us out." That's all.
Before they get out of the car, before they get off the school bus, wouldn't you have done that before they left home? Because at that point, it's already too late.
Well, that is true. But here's what is happening too. A lot of kids, they actually come in, and I'm going to be all fair to parents here. A lot of kids will get up, get dressed in their uniforms, and they will come to school dressed like that.
I was thinking about that as well, because when I was in high school, I've been quite a minute now, there was a young lady who used to do that. And the reason why she did it is because she was a tomboy, and her mom wanted her to be wearing dresses and whatever. And we didn't have school uniforms at the school that I went to in the States. And so she was refusing to wear these dresses and stuff that her mom wanted her to wear. So she always had on a pair of jeans, pants, and, just tomboyish. And obviously her mother was not, or whoever was at home was not approving of that. So she would pack clothes, and I would chuckle when I would see her changing on the bus, going and then changing, coming back, because I was like, with my aunt, you see, that's the kind of move that you couldn't pull with Aunt Lottie.
Of course. Of
She
course.
was a
And
step
you have
ahead
some,
of you.
yes,
She
of
was
course. You have
checking your
parents.
backpack before you left school. Where you were going to be hiding clothes. Because she
here's what we
knew
do.
what was in your bag. How do you leave home with a backpack and your parents don't even know what's in your backpack?
You're absolutely right. And here's what we had. We had kids that showed up to the door and said, I would like to pay for a dress down day pass. And I'm like, okay, but you're in uniform. Do you have dress down day clothes? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, where? They're like, in my bag. And I'm like, well, we need to see them before we can even sell you a pass. So when they showed it to us, we're like, yes, no. And there were students that we looked at them and said, absolutely no, you're not going to dress in that. And we even had a child show up in shorts. And we're like, hold on. And they came through the front door. So I know somebody had dropped them off. And I'm like, who dropped you off? Mom, Dad, here's the phone. Call them right back. They need to come and get you. You cannot come into the school in a pair of shorts. We have to help your children. But yes, you should be paying attention. And your child shouldn't even come out of the car dressed like that. Absolutely not. So, I want parents to know we're helping you. We're trying to help you. And I'm going to close with one good example that when I talk to the kids, especially the older kids that are coming out of school, I go in and I prep talk with them. They invite me and I go in and prior to me working at the airline that I'm working at now for the past 20 years, in between my 2 airline jobs, I worked at an organization, CAA at the time, Civil Aviation, as HR assistant. And I remember a good friend of mine, and I tell this to the kids, I tell this story to the kids. I remember a good friend of mine, her son graduated, I think it was 10 O-levels at the time, whatever it was then. And he applied for a job, came there for an interview. I was one of the members on the panel. And he walked in. The pants was totally iron, pleated, sharp, shiny shoes, belt on. Dude had on a T-shirt with a Tupac picture in it. And I'm looking at him like, is this for real? And I tell the kids that. I said, I don't care how much education you have. But I goes, that there made that young man miss an opportunity of getting an interview for a job that he was probably perfect for. And, when his mother called me hours later about my son said, I'm like, dude, did you not even check to see what your son was going to wear this morning before he got dressed? So I like to remind parents that we have to still continue to play a role. I don't care how old they get. I don't care. And I have 3 generations in my house. I have a 30 and 29. I have a 21 and I have a 15. We have to still be involved in their lives. And what we do out there, it's not to harm them. So and Sandy's not trying to harm your children. The comments are not trying to harm your children. I tell it to the children themselves. We're not trying to harm you. We're trying to help you. So I just want to close by saying that we have one more dress down day next week. And since we have a good audience, we have one more dress down day next week, Wednesday. It's rep your team, meaning football, basketball, whatever, soccer, netball, whatever team it is. It's rep your team. It's in support of our sports department. They're raising funds. Please, if your child is going to dress down, make sure they're wearing a jersey to rep their team and come in and follow procedures. And if they don't want it, if they don't have it, we're not forcing them to buy it. Then they can simply come in their uniform, clean and simple.
And that's the thing that I find so incredibly interesting is that, unfortunately, parents act like they have to send them in dress down day. It is optional.
No, they do not.
It's optional.
No, they do not. It's not. And we had a lot of kids that didn't even dress down, but they came and they said, Miss Marva, here it's $5. There was a little boy that brought $25 and said, I'm not dressing now, but this is towards the cause. So, you don't have to dress down if you wish to make a donation. Whatever we do with Dress Down Day, it's always towards either a club in the church, a charity, or nonprofit outside, or in this case, it was for our beautiful student, Shelby Thompson. So thank you guys so much for listening. And again, parents, let's work together to make Cayman young people who we are and who we want them to be and who we need them to be.
That we can be proud of. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Okay.
So here's somebody posted this in the comment section. The dress down rules, the dress code or theme of the event, and cannot be dressed in the following items. So no hoodies, no caps, no tams, no slippers or high heel shoes, no mask or other face coverings, no ripped or torn jeans. I'd invite you to go back and look at the video. So while y'all talking about you can't afford to buy them a blue shirt, I noticed that you could afford to buy them ripped or torn jeans, which is against the policy. No spaghetti straps, no mini skirts or dresses, vest or halter tops, no biker shorts or ripped shorts, no obscene wording or suggestive pictures on clothing. $2 and can be pre-purchased or purchased at the door. This last event was June the 14th, right? And again, this was a theme dress down day in honor of late student Shelby Thompson, who unfortunately recently passed away. It also said the color authorized to be worn is any shade of blue. And I find it very hard to believe that your children don't have a single blue shirt in their closet, but there you go. No red, no orange, no pink, no green, no purple, no black, etc. Well, don't know if they got the memo, but they certainly didn't follow it. So we got pants hanging down past their behinds. Y'all can't afford a blue shirt, but I do notice with interest, you can afford some what looks like name brand shoes to me. You can afford torn up jean pants. You can afford a hat, right? So I don't think for those of you who are making excuses about what you can't afford, parents can barely afford lunches. I think y'all are full of it. And I'm going to tell you that. Here's some of the comments. I see kids just being kids, says this parent. What a hot mess. Wow, all the judgment is why they can't prosper. No, it's not. We did all of this foolishness back in the day. This post is a reason why mental health issues are rising in Cayman. Leave the kids and let them be. Stop judging them. Well, let me enlighten you, parent. We live in a world. I was just telling y'all, some of your kids want to be Insta famous and they will be judged. You guys are raising children in a world where they're going to believe that they're not going to be judged. You're not raising them in the real world. Y'all want to talk about Jesus? You say that's the only perfect man that ever walked the face of the earth, and he was persecuted and hung literally on a cross. But you want your children to live in a fantasy world where they're not going to be judged based on how they look. I need y'all to explain it to me because I don't understand it. Your children will be judged. As I've said before, people judge you based on your appearance. It's called first impressions. And it is extremely important. They say first impressions are lasting impressions. Yes, your children will be judged. You're doing them a disservice if this is the message that you're sending to your children. You see kids just being kids? No, I see kids who want to be gangsters. That's what they want. That's what they're emulating. Right? How is that cute? How is shooting your finger like a gun kids just being kids? That's not what children do. That's not what they should want to do. This isn't impacting their mental health. Like I said, their mental health is going to be impacted when they get in a cell with Bubba and they're not ready for what Bubba gonna put on them. So you need to keep them out of jail. Their mental health is going to be impacted when they cannot get a job because they've grown up their entire lives thinking that the world revolves around them and they can do whatever they want. And, you can't judge me. There'll be no consequences in my life, blah, blah, blah. And that they're the ones who's setting the rules in this world. That's why their mental health is going to be impacted, not because people are trying to hold them accountable. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Sandra.
What a hot mess.
Yeah, it's a hot mess. But Sandra, look, you just said the word first impressions.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about what the first impressions these youth are exposed to and have been exposed to from childhood. That was a celebration of gang culture. And the lady, Miss Marva, previously was talking about just blue, and this was all just blue. Obviously, in probably a good faith but misplaced effort to commemorate sometime the passing of the young lady. But listen, more times than not, the football jersey or the basketball team jersey or anything else and that coloration within the culture as it exists today. It has nothing to do with a team. It has to do with relating to the Crips gang or the Red for the Bloods gang. That is what popular culture has done across the world. You can look across the world and see young kids with pictures being taken with their parents. I see it all the time. You see it here in Cayman at sporting events, government-sanctioned sporting events, and you see the kids flashing whatever gang sign they have been inculcated into as part of not only American popular culture, but now Cayman popular culture. So what we're seeing here is just simply a reflection of what is going on in Cayman at large. Right? I mean, we can talk about the school being at fault. We can talk about the parents being at fault. But these kids are inundated with this popularization of criminality day in, day out.
Yep.
Okay? And that's just a simple reality of the situation. Now, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, how are you going to teach a child besides just telling them straight up, look, this is something that is popularizing, that is celebrating something that's going to end up with you either behind bars or 6 feet under the ground. That's what needs to be said. That's what needs to be drove in. But moving forward, I would hope that the schools understand the popular culture as it exists today, as it pertains to mimicking gang culture, and understand that choosing a color, red or blue, probably not the wisest way forward. Do you get what I'm saying in that regard? Because what it means to the youth of today, because of all of that, means something that it means to anybody else of our age group. So, you know, it's sad to see, but this is the world we live in today, man. We need to take it on its terms as it is.
This is the kind of thing that would definitely not be allowed. I mean, I don't understand it. I'm at a loss for what these parents are saying. Thank you, caller.
Okay, bye.
Here's another one. Let the children be. I mean, I think that's definitely happening. You're not gonna worry about that. They wear what they have. As long as they have manners and respect, let them be, for heaven's sake. Just saying. Right. So, I mean, we were taught, and again, I have to ask the question, has this gone out the window? The part of having manners and respect really is also having manners and respect about how you look and how you present yourself. The things that you do, your behavior speaks to whether you have manners or respect for your environment, for your school, for your dress down day, even for this young lady, little Miss Shelby, who, you know, so many of the school kids were saying how much they loved her and they're going to miss her. You couldn't even be respectful on a day that was set aside to fundraise for her funeral. That's the lack of respect that these young men in this video had. And that is such a sad indictment again on them. But yet we have parents talking about, oh, as long as they have manners and respect. I again question, where in this video do you see manners and respect being demonstrated? Y'all can't afford to buy nothing you clean for your children, but yet I'm seeing shoes. I'm seeing shirts. I'm seeing torn jeans, right? The torn jeans don't even meet the regulation. Caps and hats, okay? Those things cost money. Nike shoes, name brand shoes, but y'all crying down about parents can't afford stuff? Are y'all sure about that? You sure that that's the excuse that you want to use here today? Here's another one. OMG. The kids are literally being themselves. That may not be who you want them to be, but they're in school having fun the way they know how to. Wow. We can't make children act the way we individually want them to. Lord Jesus, take the wheel. Oh my God. We can't make children act the way we individually want them to. At least they're not out robbing stores or making mischief. Let them enjoy themselves, Jesus. What is wrong with you parents? You have just admitted that you have no control over your children. You have said we can't get them to act with decency, with manners, with respect, the way we individually want them to, but you're thankful that they're not out there robbing stores or making mischief? Where do you think they're headed? Making gang symbols like this? I mean, this is ridiculous. The things that the parents, and this goes back to the point that the parents really are to blame here. The things that the parents are saying makes no sense at all. Your children know your attitudes toward them. They know that you have lost control or never had any to lose it to begin with. They understand that my mommy doesn't think that she can individually get me to act. What does that even mean? What does that mean? Can somebody explain that to me? We can't make children act the way we individually want them to. What does that mean? That as a parent, you don't believe that you have any control over your children? That means that you have failed. You have failed. You have done them a severe injustice. Here's another one. I just see kids being kids. Wow. All the judgment. Oh, did we share this one already? Oh, yeah, we shared that one already. Yes, that was a repeat. Sorry. Once again, because you all believe that your children are going to go through this world without being judged. Lord Jesus. My God. I laugh because it is so utterly ridiculous. When they start to rob and do all this other stuff, they're going to be judged. They're going to be judged by the courts. A judge or magistrate will stand there and judge them and send them straight to Northward. And we have to build another Northward because that's soon be overflowing at the brims, which I think it already is. And we have too many. We have to build another Northward for Caymanians because the parents don't believe that we should be judging children. Oh, no. Let's not judge children. I'm going to make a recommendation here today. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Anna. How are you doing
Morning,
today?
darling. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad myself. What needs to happen is the whole school need to become a boot camp.
Mm-hmm.
Now, people don't like to hear that, because from time you say you beat your child or whatever, people gets the wrong idea and they say this and they say that. But I believe in the old-fashioned way because I was raised up the old-fashioned way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some of these children need to be beaten. Not all of them. Some of them need to be beaten. Some of them could punish. You could do punishment, put them in the room, or take away certain privileges, their phone or whatever, their playtime or whatever, and punish them that way. But some of them you need to beat. That's the reality. Not everybody is different. Everybody is individuals. Children, everybody is individuals. So some of them need to be beaten. But put that aside.
Let me ask you a question because I know last week you called in on the same thing, and of course you and I are going to have to disagree on this, right? When you live in the rest of the community outside of your children, right? I want to know who else you beat when they don't do what you want them to do.
The laws, police. The state don't have laws.
Yeah, but the
state got laws.
No. You as an individual, when people don't do what you want them to do you go around beating them up?
Well, either you cut them off or you stay away from them or whatever. Just leave them alone and don't have no dealings with them if that's the situation. But you're not gonna control over that. You got control over your children.
Oh, so because your children, let me understand what you're telling me now. So because you have control over your children, because you own your children, because they're underneath you, you feel like you can beat them and that's okay. But you can't beat nobody else in this society without some serious consequences.
Trust me, you'll be doing a lot of beating. You'll be doing a lot of beating if you go around. Yeah, that's how it works, Miss Anna.
I'm just saying. I am at a bit of a
works.
loss that nobody else gets beat. Nobody else in our minds would even think about beating. I mean, you might think about it, and if you do it, like I said, there will be severe consequences. But we want to beat our children. There's something inherently wrong with us thinking that the only way that we can control children is by beating them.
No, you're taking it out of context. I know that you were raised up in the United States.
No.
Stop
It right there. Stop it right there. I was raised. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I was raised by a Caribbean woman who beat. So don't think that I was not subjected to that. I was subjected to drop your pants, bend over. You're gonna get beaten with a wooden whatever. No. This isn't about me having experienced something different. This is about me having experienced that exact same situation. And in my 20s, I would have been agreeing with you 1,000%. But I have learned since then that there's a different way of parenting. And the damage, the research is overwhelming. That beating your children, and call it whatever you want, corporal punishment of your children does not develop character. It doesn't give your children long-term discipline that they need, and it has the potential of impacting their mental health and otherwise negatively. That is why I have changed my position on this particular topic. It's not that because I grew up in America and I wasn't exposed to it. Like most Caribbean, Afro-Caribbean, African-American household, they believe in beating their children. That's what they do. And yet they make up the highest number of incarcerated people anywhere in the world. There's evidence that beating your children don't work. If it worked, why is there jail houses full of people?
I thought United States was the highest place that got more people.
I'm talking about the people who are in the jails. The vast majority of people who are in prison were subjected to corporal punishment and beatings. That's what I'm talking about.
That's a different conversation. Well, that study might be accurate in that one, but that's a different conversation because I could give you evidence why that is too. But I disagree with that study.
All right.
That's saying,
well, there's lots of studies out there, so you're not disagreeing with just one.
They're favoring whatever narrative that they want to put out there.
All right, leave us.
The United States.
Leave us there.
They don't beat the children.
Well, Cayman beating their children, and look what happened to them. I mean, we got problems, and y'all still beating your children. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Sandy.
Yes, my dear.
That gentleman is still living in the past.
Well, I mean, it's unfortunate because if we're not willing to accept at some point, even as parents and people in the community, that maybe the way that our parents or their parents did things wasn't the right way. We can take a lot of the good that they would have instilled in us and the things that were right. And then there's some things that just have been proven wrong, that are just wrong, and that maybe we need to make some adjustments. If we can never accept that, like I said earlier, we don't have all the answers. We don't know everything, but there are experts who have done significant research around this topic. And corporal punishment of children does not reap the results that you think.
It does not work. It does not work, and it will not work with this generation. Listen, as a child, when I get spanking, sometimes I said, oh, my mom would say, well, when your daddy comes, you're gonna get a whooping. Mm-hmm. And I mentally and physically prepared myself for it.
Yes.
And when it's over, 90% of the time, I went back and did what I got the spanking.
God. Listen.
I realized with my kids,
mm-hmm.
I reason with them. And when you reason with somebody, it's stuck inside your head.
Yes.
When you get the beating, you will forget about that beating within the day.
Mm-hmm.
But the reasoning stuck inside your head.
Yes.
And these parents do not start at an early age. My mom, my dad, when I'm misbehaving, especially in public, it just takes a look, Dandy. And we understand who is in charge. I have seen kids who the parents can't talk to them. And as a stranger, when I talk to them, they listen. Because then they see where the authority is coming from as an adult over them. So they will respect authority. And kids nowadays, kids, they are the greatest psychologists.
Caller, it comes down to two things: respect versus fear. Yes, you can get people to do things through fear. But as you say, you're not changing the way that they think long term or even their character. Just in the moment, they're fearful, like, oh, mommy gonna hit me. So let me look around and see if she's watching me. I won't do it if I think I'm gonna get caught or if I'm watching. But as soon as you think the coast is clear, you're back to doing the exact same behavior.
Same thing. And sorry, these kids, they are the greatest psychologists. I don't know if you experience it with your child. Children know which of the parents is the weaker one.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yep.
And they won't come to the stronger one for something. They would go to the weaker one who will say, yes. My kids, if they come to me, Daddy, I want so and so. I said, what did mommy say? And you see the face drop. And I said, well, whatever mommy says goes. These parents, the mother will say one thing, and out of spite, the father says something else, and out of spite, the mother would go along with the mother would give the child the go ahead just to spite the other parent. We need to reason with our children, tell them the real facts. That listen, you're going down this road, you're gonna end up in prison.
Yes. Thank you, caller. Appreciate it. You guys can ignore the research all you want, but I'm telling you that there's a lot of adverse effects that have been studied as it relates to physical punishment from childhood and how it impacts you into adulthood. Everything from smacking your kids, shoving them, pushing them. I'm not talking about the abuse that some of y'all have endured. Let's not even go that far. Just the regular stuff that y'all think is okay has been linked to anxiety, depression, substance abuse, and antisocial behavior in childhood and adulthood. My apologies. And they say it is in a similar way to children who've actually been physically abused. But keep beating your children if you think that that's going to be the solution. It's time y'all start to think outside the box. Good morning, caller.
Morning. For this caller who is stating that some of these children need to get beaten, I'm totally against that, because beating does not change the way how a child behaves.
Yes.
Back in the days when I was growing up, my parents or my grandparents or my aunties that I was around growing up, they never really used to take us and talk to us. Everything that we do that was wrong, it was always a beating.
Yes.
It was always a beating. And Miss Sandy, you cannot stress on this point anymore. It starts from the home.
Yes.
A lot of these parents, they don't train their children in the way they should grow.
Yes. And
they're waiting on somebody else. Exactly. They're waiting on the school to do it. So, they soon go to school, so teacher will teach them this and teacher will teach them that. You train them from they are young. So they grow with all these discipline and respect. As my grandmother always said to us, you try to break the tree from it young. So if you see that your child have a certain sort of behavior when they're young, you try to break it from there. You cannot wait until it got to proportion, then you want to bring it back. It doesn't work. Yeah. My children, I have 3 children, and I don't beat them. My eldest daughter is almost 22, and I don't beat. I talk to them, or even give them the look. And once I give them the look, I have my daughter right now. She attends John Gray. She's in year 7, and I don't beat her. I just look at her, and she says, sometimes she said to me, "Mommy, please, I don't like when you look at me like that. You scares me." I don't have to beat her. If she's doing something and I say to her, you need to do this, or you need to stop doing this, I'm not going to abuse them. Sometimes we as parents, we can beat our child and cause so much damage to them because at that moment we are in so much anger.
Mm-hmm.
And you beat them, a lot of things can happen to them. So I'm totally against this beating thing. Take them, reason with them, talk to them, let them know. You understand? Let them know what to expect from them and stuff.
Yeah.
I remember growing up, Miss Sandy, they said it takes a village to raise a child. Back then, you could see somebody else's child on the road doing something, Miss Sandy, and you could draw them and talk to them. No, don't try that. Because those same parents, they are going to be back at you, in your neck back. Oh, don't talk to my children. Leave them, let them do what they want to do. So it don't take a village to raise a child now. Before it was like that. You could see somebody children on the road doing something in danger or something, you could talk to them. No, nobody don't want you to talk to them children. So that is where the problem is, and that is what we as parents need to address.
Yeah.
And sometimes parents, they are so I don't even know the word to use, because how can you say regarding the video that you posted, you're just seeing kids being kids? Like, seriously? You're just seeing kids being kids. You don't see nothing at all wrong with that, Miss Sandy.
Yes,
and then now, 6-7 years from now, years from now, when they become gunman and thief and all these things, what they are going to say?
Yes, yes. And you know what is so crazy is, thank you so much, caller. One of the young men in the video actually reached out to us. I'm trying to find, let me see if I can find his comments here, because again, this is indicative of exactly what is wrong with our young people. So he reached out asking if we could take the video down. Listen to this now. Hold on a second. And I said to him, take the video down? You mean a video that you willingly put up and wanted to showcase? You want us to now take it down? Why? Have you changed your mind? Have you changed your behavior? Hold on a second. Trying to find the message. I was a bit surprised. I might take it down. Did you not know that your behavior had consequences? I mean, really? Hold on one second. Let me see if I can find it. I mean, these kids are unbelievable. They're living in the same fantasy land with the parents. Hold on. Let me see here now. Yes, they're like, oh, miss, can you take that video? And the rudeness and how they requested it, I had to chuckle to myself. I said, clearly, you don't know auntie. Keep on talking, honey Jill. Let me see here now. Good morning, caller.
Yeah, morning, Sandy.
Morning. Let me try and find this message.
You know, when I literally think about these things, right? I remind myself of how I was brought up, right? Mm-hmm. And I tell you what, a lot of Caymanian children don't have the opportunities like what you see a lot of the other children got, and most of the time it's financially, but that doesn't stop the children from being ambitious enough to do something for themselves. When I was going to school, I used to do a similar thing like what you used to do, but I used to take my little money that I get for lunch and go and buy candies and stuff and do my little thing, right? I always got support from the community. The store owner knew I used to buy my drinks, and I know that in the school they're gonna walk candies. So let it be. I wasn't out there selling drugs. I wasn't out there selling drugs. At the end of the day, they looked at it and they said, "Oh, you know, good entrepreneur." And just because maybe I wasn't paying attention too much in class, I mightn't be getting all the good grades and stuff. I tell you what, I went to junior achievement when I was going to school, and that teach me a lot. Cause my sister's dad, which I was living with, he was his own business owner at the same time, and that encouraged me to do something else. Just like that, it mightn't be the same thing what he was doing, but I learned how to use my hands. I literally learned how to use my hands and make money. Anybody that don't know how to use their hands to make money, they'll end up picking up those idle hand things, the easy to be given. And I tell you what, castigating children in school doing these type of things should not be the thing, nor does beating. I don't believe in the beating at such an age, right? But you see, when it comes in like disciplining your children, teaching them right from wrong when they start picking up things that are dangerous to them. Show them how dangerous it is if that's the case. You know, like don't be afraid of the boogeyman at the end of the day. They have them all trying to learn how to be afraid of certain things, and this is why children end up, they're getting so terrified, and they be on, I don't know what. You get them on depression tablets because they all scared to their death when they get older. They see a lot of things that being exposed. You know what used to help me? A lot of Cartoon Network and Disney Channel. Everything is a lie. Everything is a lie. Just intimidation alone causes children to commit suicide. You know that?
All right, caller. Thank you very much.
I can give you an example though. My parent gave me a little discipline that I don't think was pretty reasonable at the age of 15, which gave me a little bit of suicidal thoughts, but I was a little bit more smarter than that. All right.
All right. Thank you very much. So one of the young men in this video reached out and he had the following to say, "Can you take this down, please?" And I responded, no. He said, "Why?" And I said, "Why would we is a real question. If our young people are bold enough to post this on social media, remember they recorded it. This isn't somebody recording them. They recorded it themselves, posted it on TikTok, getting likes and views and whatever. So then he responds and says, "Well, I don't approve of you posting it and putting a negative comment on my post." I said, "Okay." And I said, "Well, just curious, who are you? And why do you think we need your approval? You put it in the public domain. So this is where our children don't even think straight now. And y'all not teach them to think straight. Why do we need?" So in response to the question, "Who are you?" He said, "The person you posted." So you recorded it and you posted it and it's part of the wider public domain. And so now you want to control what traction this video gets. I said, "That's not how it works." So this is what he responded now, trying to take a jab. He said, "So you telling me a 60-year-old woman," son, don't age me by 10 years. Thank you very much. "Just enjoys posting kids that not her own for entertainment." Woo! These are our children, Naina. This is the conclusion that he drew. And I said, "Poor you. Firstly, I'm not 60. Secondly, you kids," and I put that in brackets because they want to act like they're big people, "need to learn that your behavior represents all of us and reflects poorly in Cayman. Thirdly, if you can post it all over social media, you obviously had no concerns about it being in the public domain. Not like we sneaked into your house and filmed you. You're on government property. Remember, the school now is government property. Behaving like this. Published it like you're proud of your behavior, and only now you have a problem?" I said, "Don't put it on me. Has nothing to do with me at all. Your choices have consequences." Maybe that's the first time somebody actually told him your choices have consequences. Good morning, caller.
Morning. I completely agree that children should follow the rules. They shouldn't be throwing up gang symbols, etc. Actions have consequences. But if we're going to sit here and we're going to talk about the statistics of beating children, which I don't agree with beating children either, because I agree with the statistics and I follow those statistics, and clearly it doesn't work. This is not me taking a job at you or anyone personal, but putting these children up on your platform, I agree, they put it up on their TikTok or whatever because they knew their little friends would like it and they knew they would get positive traction for a negative thing. And I agree they have consequences. One thing we have to remember is a lot of these children, as clearly every caller has been saying, it comes from the home. So a lot of these children are coming from homes that aren't teaching them the right things. If we're going to talk about the statistics of et cetera, how are we benefiting them, right? By posting them up, bashing their parents. And I'm not saying that it's you, but clearly a lot of your followers bashing this one, bashing that one, fighting.
Let me.
I'm just saying, we're talking about kids, right?
Yeah. So let me put this.
We're talking about children, right?
Yeah. So let me put this narrative out there.
You always say, Their brains are not developed till they're 25.
Right.
So if they're coming from a family who, one, isn't teaching them right,
yes,
from wrong, right? They're coming from disadvantage. They're doing these things, right? How is what we're
so
doing?
let me
helping them?
ask you a question.
Because it can. What
let me
we're
ask you a
doing right
question.
now
At
can
what
cause a child to
stage-
commit suicide.
Let me-
Like,
let
what
me-
would happen if a child committed suicide and wrote a suicide note and said, because Sandra posted this up and all the adults in Cayman were pointing fingers at one mistake that I made, that's why I killed myself.
Okay.
At what point would you say, okay, maybe I shouldn't have posted it?
Let me ask you this, right? How many times have you heard for yourself people say, I'm not going to do this because I don't want to end up on Mall Road? Adults, children,
adults, yeah,
all sorts of people, right?
But not all children think the same, and they're not. Their brains are not, as you can clearly see. He wasn't thinking through the consequences.
And this is the
He
problem.
was not thinking
When
through.
he's 30,
I
he's still
agree
not going to
it's
be
a
thinking through the
problem.
consequences.
I agree with you, it's a problem. But how is what we are doing right now solving that problem is what I'm asking.
Well, I think number one, it opens up a whole conversation. Number two, people are going to be
But we could
realistic.
open the conversation without posting their faces.
No,
you
no.
could have even blurred their faces.
Really?
And put up the video. Yeah.
All right. Well, we will have to agree to disagree.
That's completely
and I mean,
fine.
that's fine. There's nothing wrong with
Yeah,
that.
no.
We will have to agree to disagree. When you go on these young men's social media pages, this is all they do. Here's his Instagram, all about gang symbols and that lifestyle. There's a lot that can be. Last week I talked about
they will change and that this will make them change. But I'm only saying, what if it has the opposite effect? That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
And they're kids. I'm not saying all kids will be kids and don't teach them right from wrong, but they are kids at the end of the day, and they don't have the same capacity to think things through, especially if they're coming from a home who isn't teaching them right from wrong.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me talk.
No, not a problem at all. One of the reasons why I started out this conversation talking about some of the social media influencers, a 17-year-old killed in Mexico, still a kid, right? Because his actions had consequences, because he never saw that if I call out the cartel and I do this, this could cost me my life. Ended up with 18 bullets, right? Yes, I agree with the caller. They are children, but even at the age of 14 and 15, they are held accountable by society. There are things that they did at that age that will land them in court and land them in jail if it's the right type of offense. This is not, we're again, I go back to this concept of us trying to raise children that clearly have not been raised in the right environment. They're doing whatever they want. And then society is afraid to hold them accountable. Part of holding somebody accountable in 2024 is this whole social media life that they want to live. You want to be famous? You want to be Insta famous? Okay. You're going to be Insta famous. And other young people are going to have to look out there and think about this. When I do X, Y, and Z, the world is not going to protect me. So maybe I shouldn't do it. I shouldn't expose myself. I shouldn't put myself out there like this. It's a bit of tough love. I say I don't believe in corporal punishment, but that does not mean that I don't believe in tough love. I do. I believe in consequences. Why is it that every single picture these young men are putting up are all about this gun symbol and shooting and all this kind of stuff? And people think that this is cool. They themselves think that it's cool. Notice what he said in his comments. His issue was with the fact that we attached a comment to it, not approving of the behavior. Because once again, these young people are not used to people telling them this is wrong. This doesn't look good. How are you going to ever get a job when this is what your entire Instagram account looks like, and this is the stuff that you're engaging in and the stuff that you're doing? They need a reality check. And in 2024, where everybody lives on social media, the reality check is this. Now, when they turn 25 and 30 and they're in court and they're doing the most and we have to report on them and we put up their photos and their pictures, you think they're going to like it then? You think it's going to be any less or more damaging to their mental health? You know how many adults reach out all the time? Oh, Miss Sandy, can you take that video of me down? Oh, take down the story of me. Lawyers who've been featured on CMR, please take down my picture. And I say, no, you don't get a pass. All right. So just because you come from a rough upbringing, which so many of us have, at some point you're going to be held accountable. The system is going to say, I don't care. The judge is going to say after the second time you show up, I don't care about your rough upbringing anymore. You have a responsibility to do better. Rough upbringing, go find yourself some therapy. Darlene says some parents can afford lunch money. Those same parents can't afford clothes. Well, there is no more lunch money since lunch is free and they're wasting it. Their kids are so ungrateful for the food, for the free food, they're wasting it and throwing it in the garbage. They can't afford clothes, but I see clothes in that picture. I don't see no children out there naked. I see clothes and I see some expensive shoes, so they can afford something. Marshall says, look at these kids in the video. Is enough for anyone to have mental health issues. Some parents are just too darn slack. Ms. Pat says, where is the respect, boundaries, responsibility being taught? All kids in government schools get free lunch, says Ms. Donna. That's right. They're not going to pay for that no more. Not sure if that's a good thing. Jonathan says this is a result of popularizing gun culture. So it should not come as any surprise that it's being mimicked, emulated, and exhibited all over the place all of the time. At least they didn't say wear either red or blue. Somebody will eventually make somebody else famous. Then folks will wonder why. Catherine says there needs to be an information session with these boys, teaching them the true origins and meanings of the saggy pants and what they're representing, contrary to looking cool. Jonathan says they're exhibiting the popular culture, which is celebrated all around them. And it is, to Jonathan's point, this whole gangbanger, culture that largely with this particular generation, it used to be generations before it was coming out of the US, right? Now, this generation is very Caribbean based and in fact, very Jamaican based. This is all about the dance hall culture. And that's how they look. And that's the movements that they make and all of the dance hall songs pretty much. Aliano says, Cayman, stop being soft because these new kids are into violent ideology too darn quick. He goes on to say, I hope you know, they're old men and women on Snapchat engaging these young kids now in sexual conversations. Another reason why parents need to know what their children are doing. Good morning, caller.
Morning, Sandra. Again, Marva here. I just want to say to parents out there that are listening to the show, and I hope they're really paying attention. And no, we do not want to see our children displayed out there. And it is sad that our very own kids are putting themselves out there first. I want parents to understand, and I spoke on it earlier, and now it's even more enforced, even more now, because we want all of our children. Our children are the future of this country. Oh my God, our parents need to get it. I want our parents to realize every job application now in companies asks persons to list their social media pages. They will list them to you. Twitter, IG, TikTok, Facebook, you name it, they got it all there. And not only that, even our children who are very bright and talented, smart, educated children, when they go now to apply for visas or they even apply for scholarships, that's one of the questions that are asked. So I want our children to understand that what they're doing right now will affect them in their future. Parents, teach your children that. That's all I got to say.
Yep. And if you think for 1 minute that these companies don't have even other young people in their organizations who are paying very, very close attention, right? To help them figure out who you are in social media, because a lot of them like to hide, like they don't have a proper social media handle that reflects their name. Their own peers who work in these companies, right, or speaking out and say, yeah, this is his social media handle. That is her social media handle. So they will find your children. And when they see them acting like this, who you think that give these young men a job? That's what you need to be asking yourself. Instead of worrying about them being featured on CMR, ask yourself, who is going to give them a job? What makes them worthy of getting hired to do anything? How do they intend to survive? Y'all need to sit down and talk to these young men. In fact, parents, I don't know why you're allowing these children to even have social media accounts. They should not. You need to lock down their accounts. And the only way you're going to do that is if you're paying attention to their phones, which they shouldn't even have those either, if you ask me. This is where, again, tough parenting comes in. You don't have to beat your children. You need to be taking away those phones and controlling the behavior. Nadine says that these children don't think before they do things. Good morning, Miss Marva Mills. How you doing, honey, GL? Carolyn says, good morning. In my opinion, why it's a lot, this behavior is because the children mixed up with a lot of different cultures in the government schools. Government schools are not only for Caymanian children anymore. Well, there was a time when they were not for Caymanian children at all. Children were mixed. And I think it should go back to being mixed. That really isn't, it's not in the schools that's the problem. It's in your homes that y'all have lost control. So I don't know what kind of cultural influences you have in your homes and what you're allowing young, impressionable minds. You know, a couple of weeks ago, I was talking about how y'all want to blame music for how your children turn out. You can't blame the music. But then as I was thinking and reflecting on it, after I made those comments, I said, I need to clarify that, because when I say to you, you know, I've listened to Dr. Dre and Tupac and whatever, and that doesn't have any bearing on my mental state. And I'm not going to go out there and be a gangbanger because Tupac is sharing his life of what it was to be a gangbanger and be in the streets. But I also have to reflect and say, you know why? Because I grew up in an environment where that behavior, number one, wasn't acceptable. I wasn't really listening to that music when my mind was terribly impressionable. So it does matter when you are listening to that music. Because, I mean, if a kid has nothing else going on in his life at 12 years old, and you let him sit down and listen to this kind of music void of anything else filling his brain, then that will be the narrative that these kids will pick up. And that's exactly what's happening. That's why they embrace this culture, because they don't have anything else. We're not giving them Cayman culture. We're not teaching them anything else meaningful to fill up their brains. So the only thing that they are being exposed to is this dance hall foolishness, this gun culture, and this murderation and all kind of foolishness. That is why they're impacted by it. When I was listening to Tupac, I'm like, you know, I like the beat on the song. Half the times I'm not even listening to Tupac's word, except the one where he talking about he loved his mama. That one was cool. You know, but your children are being influenced because you're not influencing them. So if you're not influencing them in a positive way, who else can be doing it? Their peers, all the gangbangers out there, the music that they're listening to, all the people that they're following, all of that stuff. Good morning, caller.
Morning, Sandy.
Morning, love.
Back to, we are trying to blame expat now. Sandy,
it's everybody's fault. Nobody wants to take accountability.
Sandy, Northward Prison.
Full of Caymanians.
No, Northward Prison stopped a lot of the programs they have there because the Caymanian prisoners that are there do not take up the opportunity. The expats that are there, they take up the opportunity. I know an expat man who he has an accounting company in Jamaica now. Mm-hmm. He was training Northward.
Oh wow. Yes.
And if you want to do a study, ask at the public school the kids that are performing exceptionally well. Mm-hmm. Who are they? And I'll leave you there.
All right. Thank you very much. Natasha says these kids need to learn that anything posted on social media never goes away. Actions have consequences and common sense should become common again. That's what they, right? They're also about make America great again, make Cayman great again. They need to make common sense great again. Thank you, Natasha. Gabby says children are impulsive. They don't think about an hour from now, much less a day, week, or years ahead. And this is why parents need to be talking to them. Caymanian says RMR, stop defending the indefensible. Children must be held accountable for their actions and parents need to wake up. Kasia says this caller is a fine example of where we have gone wrong. Don't want any accountability for anything. They posted the video for everyone to see. Ignore the signs and you deal with the consequences. That was a bit earlier. So I think might have been the female caller, but I stand to be corrected. Natasha says parents warn your children that every single employer now asks for access to your social media accounts, including when you apply for travel visas. It is in your best interest to stop condoning their behavior as being cute or being a child. Marva Mills says, you're correct, Lady Sandra. This lady has her opinion and we respect it. No problems there. I don't have to agree with it. I'll respect it, but I don't have to agree. Miss Sue says, I totally agree with you, Sandra, 100%. Carrie Ann says to the previous caller, how will it be fixed if they're not being addressed? Marshall says he's talking about taking down the video. He might think twice about making another video, knowing that it will end up on CMR. And you see, this is the point when I said to her, there's so many people. Some people say it to me jokingly, but I know a lot of people are quite serious when they say, I was about to park in a blue spot today, or I was about to do this, whatever, and I didn't want to end up in CMR. You know what the criminals do now? They're making my job infinitely more difficult because the second they get arrested, they run to social media and they take down all of their social media content, photos, and everything. Because when we have to do a story of them stealing from employers, robbing the bank, doing this, doing that, they can't be found because they've already taken down their social media. They never did that before because CMR is going to post their pictures big and bold. You want to be a criminal in our community? You want to steal from hardworking people, steal from businesses? Okay, then we got you with your picture and everything else. Go and look at the crime segment of CMR and taking it down, I can help you. Because what I find to be so incredibly interesting is more often than not, your pictures will be somewhere online, even archived. So it'll still be found. I'm sorry for you. But all the time, oh, Miss Sandy, can you take my picture down? Nope. Not coming down. You did it? You're in court? Oh, there's a few ones that coming up here shortly. I'm not going to tell y'all who they are yet because y'all are going to be shocked. People out in this community flossing like they got so much money and they doing this and yet they're in court for fraud and for stealing from people. We got enough pictures of you already, honey child. They be trying to hide. You cannot hide. Actions have consequences. Both children and adults should learn that. Oh my God. All right. This person said she's gaslighting. She needs to get off the phone. I mean, listen, she's entitled to her opinion. And I understand what it is that she's trying to say. But listen to me. I am of a very firm position that unfortunately we are doing too much of that. We're giving our kids every excuse in the world why they can't deal with the real life consequences. Once he becomes an adult, he's going to be all over social media and he's going to be posted. And it is what it is. Maybe if he learned it at 15, by the time he's 20 or 25, he will no longer be engaging in this sort of behavior. What you talking to this man for? He's not the brightest. Okay, that was earlier in the conversation. All right, folks. There was a car fire last night. We're going to post that here on social media, waiting some additional details from the RCIPS. So we're going to post that up. We also have an update on the, what's it called? The lady who claimed that she's being scammed, I've got a very interesting update, so we'll post that here shortly. Jonathan says, Gabby, the dance hall genre of music is definitely a pusher of gangland and gunman culture. This is pretty much what it is built to do. Let me say goodbye to our radio listeners. We'll see you guys on Monday morning. It's the following Monday that we have a holiday. So see you guys Monday morning. Please have a safe and wonderful weekend. And we're now off. Oh, Lord. I'll be so glad when we get off radio chat because I'm like, if I want to drop a little F-bomb, I can now do it. Woo! I'm trying to do better because I'm like, oh, God. Speaking of consequences and stuff, if I was still being beat, Aunt Lottie would be beating me right now for cursing. She'd be like, yeah, you want to curse? I got pop you in your mouth. I'd be like, oh, shit. I mean, oh, sorry, Aunt Lottie. Don't pop me in my mouth. Because once again, if I want to curse, popping me in my mouth, not going to stop it. I can still do what the fuck I want to do, right? I mean, you know, she might have taught me a lot, but that's one thing that unfortunately didn't sink through. Now, I am respectful with it. There are certain people I will not use profanity in front of, children, and, you know, okay, all right, honey, chill. But if you don't want to listen, you know what I tell y'all, you can just log off. And today is Friday, and sometimes we got to turn it up on Friday. Although I got a lot going on right now, so I not got too much time today. I got some business meetings later on because there's a lot of things that might potentially be happening that is going to make CMR blow up even more. We're praying about it. I'm not going to tell y'all what it is yet, but let's just say that things are happening, and I feel very, very positive that our hard work and dedication is what's going to pay off. Yeah. Today's Thursday. Oh, shit. It's not Friday. Oh, man. Darn it. Why do I feel like today's Friday? Thursday? I can still curse on a Thursday, right? We turn up a little bit extra on Fridays. But gosh, darn it. I can't believe today's Thursday. Today's not Friday? Oh, man. Hello, caller.
Yeah,
I'm rushing through the week. Morning. I was hoping it's Friday. Shit.
I was going to tell you, I was going to tell you Thursday. You wonder it.
I don't even know. It feels like Friday. Oh my gosh.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, technically you can curse any day of the week, but normally, you know, I'm like all about Fridays. All right, honey, chia. Thank you. I don't know how I got it all mixed up. I'm waiting for the weekend. I'm like, the weekend is here. Let's roll out. Clearly not. All right. It's Thursday. Oops. Turn up Thursday. It still has a ring to it. El Rey says Thursday is a new Friday, right? Friday part 1. Inspiring said I went to check my calendar. I know sometimes Fridays be extra hot. Good morning. Oh, Miss Brenda says if I want to be featured in CMR, I'm going to make that call myself. Which call? Oh, Lord. Symphony of the Seas says that's where we learn it from, but it's not politically correct doing as we on radio. All right. So listen, it's Friday Eve, and I just received something. Ooh la la. Let's talk about it. OMG. What the y'all not gonna believe this shit. The shit just got real in the world of politics. Ooh, honey child. There is a God. I told you all, when you get into politics, y'all need to be careful because you will be tried. So many of these politicians are crooked as they come. I mean, you can't trust them, you know? What my Aunt Lottie say? I can trust you as far as I can throw you, and you can't throw them none at all. So they cannot be trusted. They talk out of all sides of their mouths. But you know, sometimes you just sit back and you wait and you watch and you wait and you watch some more. Because everything eventually comes out in the wash. Instagram people, we're in a little bit of overtime. I can't stay too long because I got a business meeting later on. Like I said, we're working on some boss lady moves around here. I'll tell y'all when it's finished. But look, yeah. Remember I told you yesterday, Kathy might be out. So she posted this 54 minutes ago. Stand up straight and realize who you are, that you tower over your circumstances. Ooh, honey child, she's going to quote Maya Angelou. Ooh, what? Yes, sir. Y'all listen here now, Bobo and TDs. OMG. We wondering what this is about. Well. Can I get a hallelujah? Look here. All right. You have to stand at all times on your character. When you falter, okay, honey child, I am telling you, especially in the world of politics, people will believe because perhaps you've demonstrated in the past that you might have a price. They will believe that you can be bought. And so when you finally find your conscience back and you can't be bought, well, yeah, you know what that means, honey child. You might be out of that ministerial job. Kathy, I have had my words to say about you and my feelings, but let me give you some words of encouragement this morning so that you can stay on the right side of things. History will be made in this country. It is being made every day. And it will be made a lot of times in the world of politics by who's going to stand for right and who's going to stand for wrong and who's going to put up for foolishness. Your political longevity may or may not last. I can't speak on that. The people of West Bay Central will speak on that. Regardless of that, do not sell your soul to anybody. Stand firm and let people know, the people that elected you, the people that had faith in you. I know the majority of your committee has disappeared because they say your actions not aligning with the things that you were said. Well, honey child, make them realign and get it together. I hear say that I told y'all this yesterday. A little birdie told me they gotta get rid of Kathy because she's not doing what they want her to do. Juliana O'Connor Connolly, my God, the day you have to answer to some of the shenanigans you've been up to, tisk, tisk, not going to be nice. None at all. Well, they're ready to cut off Kathy. They were having secret meeting all day yesterday, tight into the night. I even hear that she'll bring in Joey, get rid of Kathy and bring in PPM because, you know, she's straight up PPM. I told y'all, don't be fooled by this woman. She's actually a PPM member and has never resigned. So y'all remember that. She's a woman of convenience. Whatever is convenient for her to be in power and get what she wants, she can do it. And it don't matter whether it's McKeeva Bush, what his name is there, poor Wayne Panton, anybody that she got cut off at the knees, now it might be Kathy's turn, she will do so. Now, you know that's not a person to ever be trusted. How can y'all be looking over your backs politically all the time from this woman with the daggers? She's like there with the dartboard, daggers ready to throw at you. How do you live life like that? Scary, nail biting. I'm like, what the hell? She scares me. She scares me. Because something not right, something not on the up and up. But stand your ground. Whatever it is that you believe in. Sometimes it isn't going to be a popular position, but stand your ground on behalf of the people. That's all I'm going to tell you, Kathy. So, I mean, I'm waiting to hear what came out of these secret meetings yesterday. But what I do know is this sounds very, very ominous. Oh, my honey child, when you guys start quoting Maya Angelou, things just got real on a different level. It's like, oh, honey child. Thank you, Chrissy. Yes, I realized I was ahead of my time. It's not quite Friday. She'll probably take Barbara. Oh, yeah, because Barbara's a yes woman. She'll say yes to anything and anybody. Sandra, try and put on your lip balm and stop talking about poor Barbara saying yes. Oh, Lord. You know, I like Barbara, but she got to stop making people use her. Lord have mercy. I need to get me some more of this. Which one this is? This one's nice. Blistix Lip Infusion. Very smooth, you know, honey child. I'm just saying, Barbara. They all in it for the money, honey child. Money and power. So sad. So sad. You know, you can get money without being in politics, but you got to work for it. And that's the part that they don't want to do. You could be making legit. Some of these trade workers make more money than them politicians, but they got to get up and actually go to work. They can't be like John, who's allergic to the government building. Where's Ozzy? Ozzy, you got to run again? You better try and get up early and decide what you're doing, you know? Oh, I'm allergic to the government building. No, you're allergic to working hard, son. Okay? But by the sweat of your brow, you don't know nothing about that. You better get your shit together. Wow. So I'm going to keep y'all updated. You know, my ear is down to the ground. Low, honey chill. I'm going to see, is Kathy really out? Who they're bringing in? Who they're going to replace her with? Julie flexing them muscles. That's why they all scared of her. Every single one of them scared of her. Kenneth, scared of her. Jay, scared of her. Sabrina, try and hush. Sabrina scared of her too. Sabrina told me that's her mentor from Cayman Brack. I said, only if you're trying to be a backstabbing bitch would that be your mentor. I'm sorry, but how can that be your mentor? I mean, I guess, you know, mentor in the sense that she'll do anything to get what she wants. She's the female version of Makeva Bush. She's a Makeva Bush in a dress. Speaking of Makeva, isn't his trial starting soon? We coming up here shortly in July, right? Ooh, honey child, that could be the trial of the century if the DPP's office don't mess it up. Cassius says cabinet reshuffling is not unusual. How many cabinet reshuffles you gonna have before you say something stinks around here? Come on, Cassius. No, I'm not riding with this foolishness. It is unusual when you're doing it for the kind of reasons that they're doing it for as well. They change in cabinet members like they change underwear because they can't behave and they can't get themselves together. The bottom line is this. She not holding it together any better than Wayne Panton was. And to me, that is the biggest joke. And I doubt Wayne is listening to the program this morning. Poor him. He was so stressed out yesterday after the show. He doesn't like confrontation. I don't know if you guys realize it or not, but he's not a very, like when he does a show like that, it's very draining for him. And he does not like putting people on the spot and calling them out. So when he does, it takes a lot out of him, I think, you know? So not everybody's the same. You guys appreciate that. And he's been holding back so much. Somebody said he should have been saying this from December when they ousted him. Or was it January? Whatever. But Cassius, she's doing no better of a job. She's trying to lead with fear, put everybody in fear of losing their job, losing their position. Because she's still PPM and she got them waiting in the wings, they all know that their job is in jeopardy. You see, pay attention now. They were a little bit more comfortable trying Wayne Panton because they figured, right? That, well, what is he going to do? He don't have too many choices left after he fired Chris Saunders and demoted Bernie Bush. Because where else is he going to get a minister from? So it was sheer numbers. But I tell you what, she's got numbers. She got the whole slew of PPM members waiting right there. She got Mr. McTaggart. She has Joey. She has Barbara. Who else on the PPM side? Oh, David. Well, he never does anything, but she'd probably make him a minister just to get whatever it is that she wants. So she could literally replace her entire cabinet with PPM members and she still would be good. So I'm just saying. Philip says Julie has been premier 3 times. Actually, is that twice? Oh, no. Is it 3 times? I thought it's twice now. And has never once ever been appointed after election. Wait. Julie has been premier 3 times and never once been appointed after election. She always waits for the opportunity to jump in whenever there's a weakness in any government. She's always a savior for us. Yeah, right. More like an opportunist. That's a fair point. That her own, the elected members, the MPs, right? When they win, they have never selected her to be their leader. She's always taken it, to Philip's point, by some underhanded, cutthroat kind of political move. You know, Philip, I hadn't given it a whole lot of thought, but now that you mention it like that, wow, that says a lot about her. Lord. Cameron says, forward in, Sherlock. The game is afoot. Right? What a mess. Cameron says they must be like Power Rangers, morphing every minute. Symphony says our politicians get crown shyness or crown shyness, like trees. Only a few try to grow taller. Dee Dee quotes Ezekiel 34, 1 through 31. Yes, sir. Jonathan says, have a poll and ask of the audience who are members of the electric if they would vote for JOCC for the position of premier. Oh, good question. We should put that up later. Wow. Let me read some of these. This one said, Barbara is saying that Kurt is pressuring her to run again. Barbara, don't bother. Do yourself a favor. Tell Kurt Tibbetts to get out of your head and anywhere else that he is. Just say, get out. Listen, from one woman to the next, can you and I just have a heart-to-heart conversation, Barbara? I like you, you know, but you've got to stop letting these men use you. Come on now. You have a full-time job already outside of politics. Just go do your corporate admin work and leave the world of politics to someone who actually wants to be in it. Don't be in it because Kurt Tibbetts and Alden telling you what to do. They're telling you what to do in other aspects of your life. And I mean, let's be honest, it clearly is not working out well for you. I'm just saying. Stop playing second fiddle to these men. They don't mean you no good. They're just using you. I think most women have been in a situation where you allow powerful men to use you. And at some point, honey child, you got to stand up and you've got to say no more. I'm done. You guys are not going to use me anymore. Remember when you and I had that conversation after you were his PA, his political assistant, and then you couldn't find employment for how long? And when you finally got a job, by the way, not for nothing, I'm not really bragging, but poor Barbara was unemployable because of Kurt Tibbetts and politics. I was the one who put my neck on the line. Me and Barbara are not friends like that. But I say, listen, she's a bright Caymanian. She's a mother. She's done corporate work. I call my people over at CML. I said, look at her resume, find her a job. And she found a job because of my friggin' recommendation. And Barbara told me, Sandy, I'm done. This was before she even ran for politics. She's like, I'm done. I never want to be in this position again of not being able to find work in my own country because of the politics. And I said, good for you, girl. Stand on your own 2 feet. Well, that was short-lived. When you lay on your back and you make these men use and abuse you, they think that they have the power. And who the fuck are they? Excuse my language, not. Who the hell is Alden McLaughlin? Who is Kurt Tibbetts to be telling you, Barbara, what to do with your life? They don't even want to put a ring on it. Girl, please. Ain't no man gonna be using me like that. You not ride me. Do I look like a fucking donkey to you? I might look like one, but I'm not. And so you're not gonna ride me literally or figuratively. Nope. It is time that you look out for yourself. That means just step away from politics because you're not really doing us the people any favors. Not for nothing, but you're really not. You know? Enjoy your simple life, your grandmother, and you got beautiful grandchildren, beautiful children. Enjoy that. You got a job already. Just do you. These men, if they think they can control you, they're going to do it, you know. Don't let them do it. Moya says it's like they're reshuffling and playing dominoes at this point. We're over the majority of the people elected. It's time for you candidates for 2025. Start presenting yourself. Thank you. Yes. Present yourselves. Y'all need to get the hell up off your seats now and come forward. 12 months, less than 12 months, we're in a general election. Amber. Hi, Amber. How are you? She says, that was savage, Sandra. Oh, my God. Was it too much? I'm trying to be kind to her, but she ain't listening. You know, I don't want to be savage with her, but the truth is you got to stop making these guys play you for a fool. We can sit down over a glass of something. You have a glass of wine. I'll have a little orange juice or something. And let me talk to your girlfriend. Because I'm going to tell you, as a matter of fact, get a new phone number and don't give it to Barbara. Don't give it to Kurt or Alden. That's what you do, girl. Take a vacation. Take 6 months away, right? And you can detox from these fools being in your head. Don't give them your number. You can do corporate work remotely and keep that job. That's your post-politics plan. And just tell them to leave you the hell alone. Kurt Tibbetts, I come into your house for some turtle meat, you know. Fix me up one pot so we can sit down and talk about what you need to leave Barbara alone. Alden, slick Alden, are you listening to me? How many women do you need, Alden? I'm just curious. I'm like, you look like such a little nerd that you got me now wondering, hot pants nerd, how you can have all these women. How do you do it? Don't you look at some people and you're curious about, like, how do you get so many girlfriends and stuff? How are they managing it? What? I saw him, by the way. Happy Father's Day, Alden. I saw him at the, I got a glimpse of him at the Marriott for Father's Day. I said, he don't look like he's cycling as much as he used to anymore. I don't know what else he riding, but that bicycle, that little belly, look like he's not riding the bicycle anymore. I was like, oh, somebody please tell Alden to get back on the bike. Don't go down the route of the dad bod, because that combined with the hair, we're going to be like, ooh, honey, chill. Philip says Julie has a different color frock in her closet for each party prepared for when she's ready to switch. Oh my God. Or if she's not sure, she's going to wear the floral print one, put on all colors. He goes on to say soon she'll be pulling an Alden and calling for snap election. Oh, I think she's going to do it to try and save her position. Didn't work for him. Hopefully it'll be the same for her. I do believe that she's going to try it, but the elections office, I don't think is ready anytime soon. So I think she has to wait a little bit closer. Like it has to be in 2025, but this is why the wannabe candidates, especially if you're new, you need to get out here and show us who you are. We need time to get to know you. Coming out 1 or 2 months before an election is not enough. Sean Wilt says they have turtle meat every Thursday at Kirk's house. At Kirk's house in Northwood? Like he cooking the turtle meat? You know, Kurt can cook, you know? You don't think he got that size for nothing? He can fix up some good turtle meat. I've had it before. Turtle meat and rabbit and all kind of thing. Marshall says some of them ain't coming out of politics because they're making good money. Good, easy money. I know. Alden, have you wanting to know the secret too? No. I mean, I'm curious on the peripheral side of things, not like I really want to know because I might catch something. Jesus, the people that he has entertained, I'm like, ew. Gives me the bejeebers. Oh my God. Some folks are attracted to power and position ante. I know, and the money. Because you know what these girls do, right? Especially the Spanish girls. They're not in it for this is not about love. I'm sorry. To all my Spanish friends, I'm sorry if I'm about to insult you, but the ones that are dealing with people like, you know, allegedly Alden and so on and so forth, and some other MPs in there, they're all about, I want a boob job and you're going to pay for it. And when you don't pay for it, they're going to take the little dick pic that you sent circulating with your little small pee-pee. I expected more from a Georgetowner, but anyway, they're going to send that around to your competition during the election. They're going to send around the sex video and everything, hoping that it comes to CMR. I never got my hands on the video, but I saw the picture and oh God, I was disappointed for more reasons than one. I'm like, you men are so stupid. Like, I cannot believe the MPs who are supposed to be representing the people are so stupid and just ridiculous with their own personal affairs like this. Forget about the fact that they're married. I mean, that's bad enough. But on top of that, they're sending little small PP pictures around to women that they can then turn around and use. You think that that Spanish woman loyal to you? You need to see his competitor saw it from Georgetown, whatever. All of these people saw it. My poor little eyes. I was like, oh, Jesus, what y'all showing me this for? They said, look at it. Good, Sandy. Why is his pee-pee so small? I said, y'all stop it. Really. I'm not examining it for that. I was doing a proper Sherlock Holmes investigation. So I was like, okay, how do we know this is him? Because me and him not had no dealings. So if y'all are going to tell me it's his pee-pee, I need to know for sure. They said, okay, Sandy, look at the toes. I said, okay, I'm looking at the toes. He took it in his bathroom, you see. I'm looking at toes, yes. Cross-reference it to toes on social media. I was like, oh, but geez, some peace. Look at the tile of the bathroom floor. If you send it to the wife, you don't think she can know what her bathroom floor tiles look like? I was like, oh my God. Look at his hands. I was like, oh my God. When you add up the evidence, although you couldn't see the face, telling y'all, don't do it. Never send anybody pictures of yourself. You know, this whole fandangling thing. Oh, send me a dick pic. Send me a poom poom pic, whatever. Don't do it. Listen, we're all adults here. If somebody wants to see it, tell them come and see it and touch it same time. You get a 2-for-1 special. See and touch it. Once you take a picture and you circulate that, these people are going to have your parts all over Cayman. And now, every time I look at you, every time you stand up in Parliament and you got something to say, I'm like, oh God, in my brain, I'm like, small PB man talking. Small PB man got something to say. I'm like, no wonder the wife not in Caribbean, because she would have been like, no, honey, child, this not gonna work. Relate, faith and hope, what a mess. She said, someone send me your notebook. You're gonna have to hit that rewind button. Yeah, but there's a reason he not got no Caribbean man, honey, child, because you know Caribbean women, they would have been like, no. And clearly, the Spaniard don't really want it either, because, I mean, she wouldn't have thrown you under the bus over some boobs. $5,000 boob job. So because you wouldn't give it to her, she ran to the competitor and be like, I got this. I got the video. Blaze this man up. I was like, Jesus Christ. That's what y'all get for dealing with Spaniards, though. Because I still think if you were dealing with a Caymanian, but like I said, them Caribbean women don't want that. Not for all the money in the world, child. That's too small. Sorry. I mean, they say size don't matter, but you need a little something. So, yeah. I don't know why he felt emboldened to send that out. Stacy said the man is proud of his shrimp sausage. Lord, I guess so. Hello, caller. Hello. Yes, my dear. Are you trying to call on the radio, honey Joe? All right. I'm still live, so you want everybody to hear the conversation so you could get some help? Or is this supposed to be a private conversation? Because I'm on. Oh, so don't. Well, if you want it to be private, I'm still live with over 400 people. So you're going to have to call me in a little bit. Give me another 10, 15 minutes. All right, there. All right, no problem. Okay. How you ask for help finding somebody but want to keep that private? How am I supposed to do that? I got to put up a pitch saying anybody seen her? No, sir. What a mess. You got to see me trying to paint that picture in my poor little head with your descriptions. Child, you're not missing much. I am off and on. And who has a small thing? All I can tell you is they're in the district of Georgetown. So it's not out. They know what I'm talking about. Anywho. This person calling me again. Hello? Hi. Yes. Oh, it's a child that's missing. But I thought you said you didn't want it to be public. Oh, but hold on then. Hold on. All right, go on.
Okay, I am Joan Senior.
Joan Senior is your name. Okay.
Yes, my daughter is Latoya Joan Senior.
Natoya?
16. Yes, Latoya
Okay.
Joan.
Latoya. Okay.
Latoya Joan Senior.
Mm-hmm.
My child.
Okay.
She's 16-year old.
Okay.
She go to the Clifton Hunter
High school. Uh-huh.
Okay, Miss Sandra.
Yes, ma'am.
I am having a little difficulty with the child.
Okay.
From in January.
Oh boy.
You know, children give lot of talking and problem.
Okay.
Okay, men are having a little mishap.
Okay.
In January.
All right.
Child leave my home. I call the police and ask them to assist me by getting back the child home.
Mm-hmm.
They come and they assist me and get back the child home to me.
Mm-hmm.
When the child come back, within her vexation, she decides that she don't want to come back and stay with me. The police order her to come in because it was hours and night.
Lord. Well, tell me, what do you think happened? You said from January. What do you think happened in January? Where's the breakdown in the relationship?
Well, the child end up to go away. I leave to work the Sunday morning because it's happening on Saturday night. I leave to work the Sunday morning. Leave her in her bed. She come back in the house, sleep in the house. Sunday I come to work. When I come to work and go back home, the child is not there.
This was in January.
The 20th of January, the child leave my house.
So I'm kind of wondering, right? Because most children, if she was a good child before, this not gonna just happen overnight. What do you think is going on with her at the age of 16? What's happening?
She's just having our peer pressure time.
Okay. So it's people you think that she's hanging out with that are influencing her?
Yes.
All right.
She's influenced. This child easily influenced.
Oh, God.
This child easily influenced Miss Sandra. And they're trying to have their whole time. They do their whole thing. This child end up smoking weed. Right? All right? It is in a bad condition.
Wow.
And that is why I have to put down my foot with her, which she rebelled.
Yes.
When I call her, she rebelled.
Okay.
That is fine because I'm a mother and I know that.
Yes. Tell me a little bit. How did you scold her? You had conversations. Like, what were you doing?
Well, right now, Miss Sandra, that is not really what I call about. What I call about the child went missing from Tuesday morning.
No, but listen to me.
11 o'clock.
Clearly, the child doesn't want to be home. So the reason why I'm asking you some of these questions, right, is because you need to figure out, and I know it's going to call in maybe some parenting, do you need help? Do you guys need counseling? But you need to find out the long-term solution here, because this child is now on a path that is destructive for herself. So I'm trying to understand, why is she making these types of decisions, and what has your response been to her? So, I mean, you say that's neither here nor there. We can find the child. Somebody might say, oh, she's hanging out at 7 Mile Beach right now, but the child obviously does not want to be home with you. So we need to figure out what is going on there.
The child is in Francis Body Children's Home.
Okay. So did she escape from the children's home, or she actually escaped from your?
No, she did not escape from them, Miss Sandra. What happened when she leave January? She go hang out with friends, and the friend mother cannot keep her anymore, so she carry her out to Georgetown police station and leave her out there. The child still refused from coming home to me. So they said they have to find a place of safety for her to carry her by Francis by the children's home, and she's there. Okay? They said, okay, we have to get back connected because our relationship break down. We end up back, talking back, come back around good as ever. they put on visiting. I asked them about visiting with me, the child, and all of that take place. The child visiting with me. Monday night, they have a formal, and she leave Monday night. I asked them to carry her to the formal.
So this is her last year at Clifton Hunter because she's 16, right?
Yes, because she do her final exam. So she's not going back to school. That's what she tell me, that they're not having no school until September. She's moving on to college. Right? So with all of this, Miss Sandra, the child said all of a sudden she tell me that she wants to come and stay over with me. Monday night, I was happy about it. I was really happy about it. To know that, she coming back around and we're banding back together. She come in Monday night after them drop her off with me, Miss Sandra. There is a lot of things where we get concerned about. Normally, she's going to Aspire down at Crown Plaza for counseling. That is where they put her for counseling. I asked them to help me with this child. When they take her into the Francis Body Children Home, I tell them, I am not turning in my child to them. I'm not giving away my child. I'm not signing no paper to turn over my child to them. Come at my house, so I sign paper for them to take up. I said, no, I'm not sign over my child to them. I'm not give over my child. They never put her at Francis Body Children Home, so I'm not signing any paper. Miss Sandra is a whole heap of 9 yards to hit. It has come from a way back. So me just I give you the shorter version.
Does your daughter have access to a mobile phone? I'm assuming she has a cell phone.
She have a mobile phone and the child that can carry the phone. So
all right, give me her phone number. Can you give me her phone number? Let me try and call her.
327.
Hold on. I'm gonna take you off a speakerphone because I don't want everybody in the world to have her number. But hold on one second. All right. So she's been missing since Monday. Since Tuesday. Have you contacted the police?
Yes, I contact the police. And I am not. I said to them, I would let them to put on a Crown Plaza and run some camera because it's down there the child missing from out of Aspire counseling place.
Okay, I don't know where. All right, give me her number. Let me see if she'll answer the phone. Hold on. Oh my gosh, hold on. Trying to. Okay. Okay. And her name again is Latoya. Okay. All right. Let's see if she answers the phone. Hold on one second.
Hi, sorry I didn't pick up. I was either busy or didn't hear the phone. Please leave a message and I will reply as soon as possible. Thank you.
So it went to voicemail. Oh boy. So if Latoya is listening this morning to the message, you said that you want her to come back home. I mean, I have some concerns because I'm going to tell you straight up. Maybe at 16, she doesn't want to come back home and she needs to try to go out there and do her own thing. I mean, it is very, very young, but there's something going on why she doesn't want to be at home. Well, she's going to soon be out of there. I mean, they don't keep them there forever. So,
she has that home as a comfort, right? And she tell me she don't really want to be there, but she just hanging on there. So we all start out with them. All right. So if the child come to me, come and spend the night with me, from January, at the first that I come back, come sleep in our bed in my house. So we're having a good time when she go to the farm on Monday night and come in. I mean, the child was so excited. She was just blowing up. She said, Mommy, is the first I have a feel so good. They're having a blast down there. And she come up and she was so excited. I said, Mommy, I feel good, I feel good, I feel good for you. I'm so happy. I feel good to know that I could hear them. So, buy her stuff them and make she go.
Does she have a boyfriend? Is there something else that could be enticing her to leave your house?
Miss Sandra, the yard where she go use the drugs. That boy and Latoya is friend. She call her bro. She call that boy bro. I put it to the police them already. I tell them everything. So that is the yard I tell them I suspicious of her going when I miss her from the counseling place. When she come out, I said to them, that's the only place I would say that I go hang out, go and chill out. They said they go around there and they search and they don't find her. Me said me no know that I have to come out. One suit of clothes, she never drink tea because me I try to hear her up.
All right. Do you have her picture? Can you send us her picture?
Yes, Miss Sandra, I have picture of my child.
All right. Send her picture for us. And we can post it up. And I hope you guys can get some help as a family because wow, this sounds like one bag of mix-up situation, It's very sad because we want to try to give these young people a fighting chance. Sounds like she's maybe making some poor decisions. Somebody's asking, where's your child's father? Where is the father in her life?
Her father died in 2022.
Her father passed away. Okay.
Mr. Audrey George Sr., the fisherman then that is missing in 2021. The two fishermen then that was missing in 2021, it was her father.
Oh, wow.
Well, from there, from the missing, after the sea, he took sick from there and he never recovered. And he passed away in Georgetown Hospital the 18th of August 2022. I buried my husband. It is a long story, Miss Sandra. I said that I cannot separate from my husband, but me and my husband, we reconcile certain things and we take up my husband and we look after him, we take care of him. If they didn't have my hand, we bury my husband, everything. Right? So it's me and her alone now. Right? So, I mean, the child is coming up with a lot of anger, rebellion, everything from a child. Yes, me understand. Me myself need help to understand how to cope and deal with a child like this. It's my child, me love my child. Right? Me not going to say me are the best of parents because me reaching up sometimes in a hunger, Miss Sandra. Because me apologize to her. Me just try to put myself in this place where me know so well then. Me have to understand her. And that is why I ask the people and so well and we need the help. So if them keep her up at the home, it is fine for me because the environment where me live, me not really want her come back down there so because me have to up and down at work and then so me have less time to say well then stay with her father then so and me alone so me have to go there go work. Miss Sandra, you know what, me there work. So me ask you, please, me need help with my child. I am at work now, but I feel really full and some things when me say go down, me feel suspicious. Where my child is, them can't tell me where my picnic is. Why my child time out at the counseling service. Counseling go on and this counseling what them put on, they never notify me about it. Them have the counseling the 7th of June. So why they have the child counseling the 18th of June again?
Well, I mean, they must have thought she needed it. I mean, sounds like a lot is probably going on with her. Do you think she could benefit from some sort of mentoring, like maybe being around other people and other influences might help her to realize that these decisions that she's making now, somebody just said this smoking of weed and stuff, this is going to be a gateway start for her. This isn't going to be a good life if this is where she's starting out at 16. But she's young enough where she can turn it around, you know what I'm saying? But she's got to start making better decisions.
Yes. And that is why I tell her, I say, okay, I adjust myself. I said, she is in the panties by the children's home. I think they're so,
Yeah. So why haven't the RCIPS put out a bulletin?
Sandra, I call them Tuesday morning and I speak to them and they come at my house.
Uh-huh.
And I said to them, where the child, I think the child is hanging out. They said they go and they go search. I said,
so what are they waiting? What are they waiting for all these days?
I don't know, Miss Sandra. That is why I said, let me call you to find out if you can help me.
Yes.
Because
all right, send me
the social worker for the child don't get back to me. I report it at Children and Family Service, right? I report it there. I call up by the Fancies by the Children home and I tell them.
Okay.
Right?
So send her picture. Let me see what we can do. We can locate her, but I think there's some much bigger issues here that definitely need some addressing. She needs to continue with counseling. You probably need some counseling yourself and some help.
Yes, ma'am.
But let's try to find her and bring her back safe, even if it's to the children's home. Oh my gosh, so sad. All right, send me her picture, okay? And the full name and a little bit of details of what she was wearing the last time you saw her. And we can post it up.
Yes, Miss Sandra.
All right, dear.
Thank you, Miss.
No problem. Oh man, our young people. Wow. I don't know. Poor LaToya. It's not a good look. And it sounds like there is a lot of, like she admitted to not handling things herself correctly, and sounds like a hot mess. So sad. All right. I gotta get to work. Anybody knows where LaToya is? Some of you are listening on Instagram still this morning. If you know LaToya, let her know that her mom is looking for her. She'd like her to return. She can go and get a ride back to the home. If LaToya, if you need a ride, I've sent her a WhatsApp message. I do see it was delivered. She hasn't read it yet. But LaToya, if you need something, if you're in trouble or whatever, whoever you're hanging around with, your bro, he not no bro. And I don't know what that relationship really is. But nobody who cares about you is going to allow you to be truant and just hang out smoking pot and doing nothing productive with your life. Teens go through, there's a lot that happens in the teenage brain. It's a very difficult time for children. It is a very testing time for parents and children. Even in the best relationships, it can be a very, very testing time. Much less in relationships that are complex and not the best relationships. This sounds like this is probably one of those. The father is no longer alive. She's probably having all kind of daddy issues. They were already separated, obviously not together. I mean, it sounds like a lot. Someone says, so why doesn't she want her child to go to counseling? Oh my God, it seems like she is the problem. Oh Lord. Sounds complicated. Sounds complicated. But we have to find her. That's going to be the first thing. All right. Oh my God. These type of stories give me a straight up headache. My goodness. All right. We'll keep an eye out for this young lady, LaToya. I'm waiting on the photo. We'll keep an eye out in the world of politics because yes, honey child. It's a hot mess out there right now. Car fire in Windsor Park. Waiting on the Popo to send some information on that. Let me try reaching out to them. Actually, I'm going to send them a little email. All right, LaToya, come home, honey child. Or not come home with me, but go back to the children's home. Sometimes I think I could adopt a little. I could take in a foster child, but child, me not into the drama. Me really, my brain can't take no drama. Lord, I don't want anything to come in and disrupt my own. Like I like a very peaceful home environment. Me not into no fighting and argument and this and that, and you know. I never married a man who loved to fight. Praise the Lord. So I'm just not into it. But there are times when I think, you know, maybe I could help a young lady like her. What can we do? I feel so bad. So sad. Anyway, sad situation. I think you guys saw big shout out to Johan Moxham. Y'all saw that he got his birthday brownies yesterday. Now, some of y'all cursing me, saying, Sandy, how is Johan getting birthday brownies and I didn't get any? Well, you just got to tell me when your birthday is. I'll make you some birthday brownies. That ain't no problem, honey, chill. Let me see here now. Oh my goodness, what a mess. I don't see anything from the Popo. Oh my God, this guy's messaging again. What today's date is? Oh, there's a poor guy who's had his restaurant in his restaurant in Bodentown burgled 5 times in 6 weeks. What the hell? Okay, let me post this up for him. Poor Ting, he needs CMR help, he said. He said, please, Sandy, help me. Okay. CMR to the rescue, honey child. Burglary. I'm keeping an eye on the time because I got to go run to a meeting. All right, we will post these videos up for this guy. And I guess if you know who's burglaring his restaurant, by all means, go watch this video and turn him in. All right, I'm going to post this up before I head out. Okay, folks. Latoya, call your mama. She's worried about you. It's got to be challenging. Cameron says there's a lot of baggage here that needs unpacking. I mean, you can feel it, right? Is this Latoya's picture? Let's see what Latoya looks like. Oh, Latoya, not a bad looking girl. Oh, little Latoya. My God. Don't ruin your life, girl. Anybody out there in these streets encouraging you, they don't mean you no good. They do not mean you any good. Don't make these boys out there be using you or man or whoever. Smoking pot not gonna get you anywhere productive. Look at Latoya. Oh, my tweetums. All right, Latoya, come home. Please come home. We can help you. We can get you more therapy. We can get you, you know, what is it that you need? Right? These things are complicated, Latoya. I'm not going to pretend like I know everything that's going on with you. Life can be complicated. But the last thing you want to do is complicate it even more, where you're going to end up ruining your own life because of poor decisions right now. Because as we said this morning, the world is not going to be gentle. I hate to tell you. You're at that age now where people are going to have expectations of you. And, you know, you're smoking pot. If the police collect you and you're smoking pot, you're going to get yourself in trouble. You're going to be in drug court. Slippery slope. All right. Anybody recognize Latoya? We'll post her up. Missing teen. Latoya. What was her last name? Let me see. Make contact with the authorities. Anybody who's harboring this teen, do know that that's an offense as well. And you'll get yourself in trouble for harboring a teenager. She's still a teenager. Very young and obviously impressionable. So sad. Pretty face. But none of that is going to matter if you're making some poor decisions, right? All right. 40% chance of rain again. Lord Jesus. Ooh, okay. Please, y'all have a very beautiful Thursday, which means I'll be back here. Child, I was going to sleep in tomorrow. I was like, oh, it's Saturday. I ain't got to get up early. Not so fast. Not so fast. All right. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. All right. What do we got on fleek for tomorrow? Brace for heavy rains again and potential flooding. Are you kidding me? I can't take any more rain. Lord Jesus. Okay. Gabby, I'm so over the rain. I'm done. I need some sunshine in my life. All right. Y'all be good. See you tomorrow morning. All right. Classes start 7:30.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Cold Hard Truth on Bobo 89.1 FM. Cayman's #1 talk show is live weekdays from 7:30 a.m. Never miss an episode again. Watch anytime on CMR's Facebook and YouTube channels for the latest show episodes. Don't forget to follow us online on our social media channels and visit CaymanMarlRoad.com for all the latest news and community happenings.